What do you think? I think we're good to go here, so we're going to get these guys started. I want to welcome everybody in. Welcome to Mad Apple Xstream. We are here for the King of the Hill match this week at the Mad Apple Burger and Billiard Company. I'm joined in the booth by my very good friend, M.H. Penglaze. How are you doing, M.H.?
Doing well. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We got a great player here in our king, Scott Cohen, and we also have a great challenger from right around here, and that's Lyle Goebel. And look at that. He won already. Lyle
won the leg.
Yep. And sorry, guys, I'm kind of not where I should have been on that, but we will get this thing rolling. So,
well, it's going to be another good one. And just to recap, folks, from last week, Todd was his first challenge, and he absolutely...
Todd. You're talking about Scott Cohen, possibly, but I don't know
the
who
wrong thing up there.
Yeah, you do. You have
Who's Todd?
Todd is
Scott.
One of our nice challengers this week.
Oh.
So, yeah, Scott Cohen is who you should be having pulled up there.
Scott played absolutely amazing.
He did. It was 18-1.
18-1, and congratulations to Josh from last week for winning that one.
Yeah, I mean, Scott played perfect, and Josh made a couple of mistakes. I mean, he really didn't play bad. He just didn't really have an opportunity to play good. You know, the couple of mistakes that he did have stood out because Scott gave him no chance. You know, when
he played
when he would
really good. He had the cue ball under control, and I know Lyle plays very well. He's going to have to play very well if he's going to keep up with Scott. If Scott's playing the same level he did last week.
Take a look at our break cam. We got our brand new sponsor on the background there. That's Brownie's Carpet Cleaning, so we want to thank them. Thanks for the like. Appreciate that, James. All right, so they're playing 8-ball here, race to 15. And $250 in the middle every week. They can bet more, but it's really up to them.
$250 minimum.
Minimum, yep.
And Lyle definitely has his break working, doesn't he? Look at that wide open table,
yeah,
balls made, and
we were warming up a little bit, and Lyle ran the first rack against me. So, you know, nerves pump you up a little bit. He looked like he maybe overstroked that ball a little bit, but fortunate for him, he has a pretty open rack here. He's got some opportunity to just kind of play loose here.
In 8 balls, sometimes there's a plan B or a plan C. Looks like he's going to have to take the 11 ball now.
Yeah, I mean, that's the right shot. It would have been nice to have that side pocket shot. I think he would have been a lot happier to have that, but he does have a lot of options. Just straight back, right?
I was going to say back to the same spot, but of course that same exact spot was not a good spot.
Look,
but,
he did too. Yeah, he ended up
another inch, and he'd have had that. He's tried twice now to get on that ball in the side.
Well, fortunately, now he does have a good angle on this 13 to come around the 2. It's a little sketchy, though, I guess.
Yeah. The gap between the 2 and the side pocket, and then there's still solids kind of in the way.
If he's got enough, he can kind of push the ball over and come just between the 15 and the 8. But I can't quite tell the angle to know that. Looks like he could probably do that. So he might just spin this with a lot of high right. Looks like he's going to go around the 2, though, I think. Trying to play that narrow gap. Well, I think he got in there really nice, yeah.
Yeah, and of course, the other thing is...
No, he got a little long, I think.
Well, he's still looking at it, so he can flick it in with a little bit of spin.
From the top, see if he can see it.
And he needs to use that ball to get on the 15, because the 15's only really got that one pocket. So you'd love to shoot it if you can, and just stay right on the 15.
All right, it's tough here, because otherwise you got to pull back up into that gap between the 12 and the 14 there.
And it sure looks from the overhead view like that 7 ball's kind of in the way, but he may be playing a little swerve shot. We'll know if he... No, it doesn't look like he's using any side spin. He's having a good old look at it.
From what I can see, I don't think he has it. I mean, I think he wants to have it. I think...
Well, he hasn't even... that's all he's looked at so far. Now he's finally eyeballing the 14 up table, because that might be his only shot, but no.
I mean, he's almost got enough angle.
I mean, but surely just a little bit of spin. And of course, You cheat the pocket. The side pocket's wide. No, that wasn't even close.
Yeah, he really hit that thin. I think he should have probably played the 14 there and tried to come around 2 rails, get back up into the gap. But, it's always different down there. So.
Yeah. Now, if he gets whitewashed like last week's opponent, he'll come back to this first game and say it would have been totally different.
Chris putting his fingers in all my stuff here, for crying out loud. Well, Scott with his first look at the table here.
And what he's put his cue ball, his cue stick there. It's almost like he wants to go into the 6 ball somehow. He's drawing off the bottom rail.
Well, no, he's just looking. He's going to come around, probably play the 5 next. So just lightly up. Oh boy, he came all the way around. I wouldn't have seen that.
But the line that he lined up with his cue stick was very close to that one, but it went into the 6.
I don't know why he didn't just stay up table on that shot, to be honest.
He didn't like the 6 ball. He doesn't like getting on it. He's going to have to now. And he thought, if I just bump it from behind, I'm good.
Got it from the 5. I think he could have. Well, let's look at the.
Because it doesn't go. That stripe's in the way to play it up table, and it's a bit thin into the side pocket.
See, I guess I just saw it in the side pocket there. I didn't. With the 1 sitting there, you can roll that 6 in pretty easily, especially with the 5 ball playing shape off of there. So when he cut that last ball on the side, if he would have just slowed that down, played to the 5 to the 6, I mean, it's all history anyways right now. But I think that 6 kind of does go there in the side with the 1 sitting. I mean, ideally, you want to be over by the 12.
Yeah, and the 1's not going to be sitting there anymore. I mean, what's he going to shoot now? He might have to shoot the 6 now.
It's definitely not one you can rush through here. I mean, I think you shoot the 6, play up for the 5, and like I say, play the angle for the side pocket for the 6 ball.
You shoot. Sorry. Oh, shoot which ball now?
So I think
the combination he's looking at.
Does he not just have the 2?
No, I can't see it.
Oh, he's just hooked on it. Well, then I'd be cutting the 6, I think.
Yeah, I think he's playing a very long combination with a lot of distance between these balls.
Can you get it past the 2, maybe?
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
It's a good shot. Just caught that inside rail and still made it. Not exactly in a great shot here. We'll go back to the Hall of Fame cam here. Over the top of the 6 he goes. Hit it perfect.
Yeah, and that was a good recovery shot
perfect.
on the 1
almost
ball.
too straight here.
Yeah. And he's got just a slight angle to take the cue ball into the rail, which means he can follow it with right hand spin and zing on out.
We got to pay attention. We got Joe checking in, Josh checking in over here, and Joel. And Josh mentioned, he said he never felt happier losing 18-1 than in that match. Scott played great, and he was thankful for our hospitality, so we were thankful to have him.
Yeah, and Josh battled hard, and you had some really good safety battles early on in the match, and Josh was definitely up for that.
Someone on a list, is there a way to know about how long it would be until their match would be? So the question is basically, how do you know if you're up, if you've already signed up? Is that what I'm understanding? And you'd have to tell me which one you signed up for. If you signed up for the Kings, the Jesters, the Knights, Joe, I guess you could be a girl, but probably not.
And that is a great recovery shot there.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't get the greatest shape, but still made it.
Yeah, he recovered several times. Plan Bs and Plan Cs, and everybody's having a good old laugh about that rack. I think the crowd is heckling him now.
Well, in a good way.
But if you get out, yeah, I mean he had a positional mistake to get on the 2, but he ended up banking it, and so he couldn't get really nicely on the 8. But it doesn't matter if you can snick them in and they go in, it still counts.
It's funny, we got people sitting in all the bleachers that you can't see. So it looks like there's nobody around.
Yeah, you got a shot of the empty bleacher over there.
Yeah, right.
The full bleacher on this side. And there's another.
What do you think of the new colors on the scoreboard?
It looks very nice, doesn't it? What did you do there? King of the Hill. You got a new logo there, don't you?
Yeah. Thanks for the share, Jay. Really appreciate it.
It tells you every time share. That's awesome.
Yeah, so, yep, 5:45. Joe, you would be playing in the Knights lineup. And the Knights lineup right now is actually down to about 12 weeks, somewhere in that area. So it's really not a super long wait. And
of course, we don't know where on that list you are. You may be next week. I don't know. Hopefully someone's going to call you.
No, we have the next 3 weeks, I think, booked out. And then we have the rest of the list that we have to apply, which is about 8. But we never know. You know, you could call somebody up who's up on the list and they're not able to start that week or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So some things get juggled a little bit. But there's only about between 8 and 12 weeks, I would say, would be a fair guess if you signed up right now. And you would do that by messaging Mason Cook on Facebook.
Mason is the keeper of the lists. He's also the keeper of the table levels that you wanted the table leveled right before this match.
Well, good thing it's level.
Yeah, I leveled it last week.
Yeah. Good evening, Mr. Cole. How are you? You must have been gone for a little while because I just saw him the other day.
I saw him a couple of days ago.
I haven't seen him for a long time.
Jeff's waiting for his custom cue that he ordered. And on Monday, Jeff, I'm going to call P. Sharon. We'll get an ETA on that cue for you.
Well, I'll tell you, I know Lyle didn't get that first rack, but he did run out against me the first rack.
Yep.
And he looks like he's playing pretty confident. So I really hope that he gives us a good solid run. He is a little bit lower in Fargo rating. Not that matters a lot, but seeing that Scott probably actually plays a little above a 695 here, I think.
It seems that way.
696, I should say.
And that last rack was a good example of that, really. You know, ran into some problems, but still managed to find a way to get out.
Robert Madison, welcome in. Hey, we really appreciate all the shares and the likes, guys. That's how we keep this thing running for free, and we're going to just keep bringing you better and better stuff. We're working on a bunch of stuff in the background, and we're going to continue to make sure we're bringing you guys the best live action we can.
Joe is asking what day the Knights playing. The Knights and
Sunday.
The Jesters. That's right. What he said.
The Queens.
And the Queens, all on Sunday. They play throughout the day. And the Kings used to be on Sunday, but we moved it to Friday because late on Sunday is tough for a lot of players to play. And so I think it's better for us too, isn't it? Friday night for the Kings. But yeah, all the others are on Sunday during the day.
Oh, wow. Can't miss those shots.
Yeah, and he left himself a little bit thin on it. But Scott here has a challenge here with the 6 ball down table. And the 1 ball, which he tried to get on. And he hasn't really helped himself. So what do you do now, Scott? Now we're going to find out. What do you do when you don't have a good running chance? You know, and he does have a shot on the 2 ball if he wants to keep shooting.
Yeah, I mean, the 2 doesn't lead you anywhere, though. Back to the 7 is about where you get off the 2.
Yeah, and the 7 you can use for the 1. And you've got a possible combination, or those other 2 balls down table
I mean,
to help you with the 6.
Don't
So there's
really have a pocket, do they?
The which?
The 6 and the 5 up table. They don't really have a pocket open to him.
The 6 does not.
Well, the 5 really doesn't either. Kinda.
Well, unless he plays it as a combination. It's got a 4-5 combination.
Oh, I apologize. I thought that was the 8. All right, just playing safe, possibly. Well, he didn't get there if he was, but didn't really look like he was playing an offensive shot there. So
no. Yeah, I don't know what he was going to play there.
Amy Lynn, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. Follow, like, share, all that great stuff. We do greatly appreciate it.
So Lyle does have a chance here. If he can use probably the 10 ball or the 9 ball to get that cue ball up table. And it's one of these shots you're hoping to drift the cue ball in between the 1 and the 13. He may, I feel like, use the 10 ball for that. Nine balls does have an angle if you shoot it in the side pocket to get up table if the 10 ball wasn't in the way. So this next shot is critical. He's on the 15 here. He's got some balls to negotiate his way past. And probably, if he can get a nice angle on the 10 ball.
Scott, it's about time you followed. No, thank you, Scott. Appreciate it. Chris, thanks for the like. Chris should like it. He works his butt off for it.
So he's got a hair of an angle on this 10 ball. Can you just punch this in? Oh, that's what he...
Well, I'll tell you, he's still got the bank here. Or the cut. I'll tell you, he ended up in not a horrible spot for his cut shot.
Oh, cut the 13 in straight there, yeah. He does have that. Yeah, he would love to have put a little less draw on that shot and nudged in between the 1 and the 13 was what the plan was.
Patrick, thanks for the like.
Yeah, you're right, though. If he's not going to get in any other better position now, 9 ball's not going to do anything for him, so he pretty much does have to shoot this 13 in.
So we promised last week we were going to have all of our internet woes taken care of, and we did. Man, I tell you, Chris came in here all this week, and we knocked it out of the park, really, honestly.
Everything's new now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful, and we're really excited because now it's very controlled, and we have a good grasp of it. So
yeah, I saw you guys up there with your head in the ceiling, running wires.
Thank you for the like. Oh, he decided to kind of leave him tough. I don't know if he did, though. I can't tell if he's got that 1 or not. What do you think?
Well,
Scott, thanks for the like.
He might.
Ernesto,
and if he doesn't, he's got good safety options, too. He is going at the 1.
Yeah. I mean, could be worse, could be better. He's got so many options here. He can play safe. He can try and play aggressive. I mean, I really don't see any horrible things here. Obviously that wall there, you got to get it right. Yeah,
I mean, you've got those 3 balls. There is, if he wants it, a 3-ball combination. Just pop the 2-ball in and solve all your problems.
Oh, you like the 3-ball combo?
Yeah, and that's what he's eyeballing right now.
Yeah, I mean, it does line up pretty decent. Look at the Hall of Fame cam here.
He doesn't have to do that. He could shoot the 7 and bring the cue ball back down across for the 6 and get underneath those balls. But the nice thing about that is it just solves all of those problems at the same time.
Yeah, so now he's going to run over to the 6 ball here. Probably come up table. We get the 7 out of there right away, or you think you'd get rid of that 4 or 5 first? Oof. Used all the pocket on that one.
Yeah, it's almost one of those situations where you throw that rule of thumb about one end of the table and then clear the other end I feel like I would shoot one of these 2 balls down there first and then the 7.
Yeah.
And then use the last one. You're zigzagging up and down. But that's not always bad, is it? And the reason for that is you end up in a position like what he has. I'm not saying this is really a problem because he's going to play a nice draw shot on the 5 and just get out perfect if you hit this good, but that's a shot that could go wrong.
Well, you hit it pretty
perfect. But if you hit it perfect, I guess there's no problem.
All right, he's got this 8 ball to put him up 2-0 in this race to 15 against Lyle Goebel. In to challenge our king, Scott Cohen. And no problem, Scott puts that down. He's ready to go. He played good. I warmed up a little with him. I play with these guys ahead of time because that way I miss a lot, and they get a lot of opportunities to warm up.
That's nice for them, isn't it? Yeah,
right. I mean, try to be kind. We may keep the stream going afterwards here. Scott and I may play a set of 9 ball if they get done early enough. Yes. Obviously, there wouldn't be commentary unless you decided to do that.
Oh, thank God. Ask me later.
So do you want to do commentator?
I said later.
Oh. All right, here we go. Scott decided when he was playing me, one of the things that I did learn, like insight for this, is he was going to go with that second ball break. And he had it working perfect against me. Didn't really miss a ball on the break. And he was getting him to spread. He had good speed. As you know, the second ball break is all about the speed. And he wasn't cluttering them back together. Again, you get in the game, he hits that a little bit harder. He wasn't quite hitting them that hard when he played.
Yeah, that's right. They did open up nicely, and then all of a sudden cluttered back together, didn't they? So you're saying if you'd hit that softer, it would have been nicer or harder?
What's going on, Fred Renner? Gentlemen, that's... I don't know if I'm good with that term. Gentlemen?
You bet.
All right.
Of course we are.
All right. Thank you.
What would you prefer?
I don't know. Gentlemen's good. I'm just being... Not enough coffee. Here it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see how I put your name first? It says M.H. Penglaze and...
Oh, right. Thank you.
Well, you're on the side.
Right. Yeah, that's the first time you've had that up there, isn't it?
Yeah. Fred Renner, thank you for the like. Hey, we fixed our problems, Fred, so we're going to have nothing but solid pool tonight, both by the players and our extraordinarily fine-tuned machine we have running here now for the stream. Other than the coffee I spilled all over the booth. Scott playing a two-way shot here. Did call the 6, I think, didn't he?
I don't know about that. What did he leave himself? It doesn't look like he left himself on anything nice, did he? So
David Lee Garcia, that's another name we should see on our knights or our jesters or wherever you fall, or maybe even the kings.
Hello to Pete Bester out there.
Derek Justin probably checking in from some exotic port somewhere. Thank you for the like. Or share, I should say. Chris G sharing the stream too. All right, what's Lyle playing? Suck pool.
It's tough, isn't it? This one. Got to come up with some kind of plan. When the balls are really nestled in there, it's tough to see a good plan, isn't it?
He's got to play safe. I mean, I don't think you're getting aggressive here. There's no way to definitely get anywhere off this rack.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good shot.
Often in 8-ball, if you guy who shoots off a bunch of balls first puts himself at a disadvantage if it gets into a tactical situation. And so, yeah, your spidey sense says don't start making balls. Nudge him.
Very intentional of that shot.
Nudge him over pockets. Break him out whilst leaving your opponents in. Like that. That's
No,
nice.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that. I think Scott's got an opportunity here.
Yeah, sometimes you want to lure them into going for it, and he's not.
Yeah,
Is
he
he?
won't.
But
He's down there looking.
Lyle put his 9 ball right over the side pocket. Scott's not going to be lured into just shooting balls into the hole.
Jerry Mosier, how's it going? Ray Ann Skinador. What's going on, Ray Ann?
And Sandy says hi from Colby. So she obviously lives in a block of cheese.
Jeez. Stick to the commentating. You're better at it. All right. What's he doing here, you think? Safety again? Off to the side? Oh, he played the ball.
Now, all the stripes except for one are now in an open sort of position where you could go at these. But that one, that 14, it's tough to see how you're going to get that out. So I think you might want to just roll up behind the 14 and leave it in. Move balls. So one plan is to move balls, move your stripes down closer to that 14 so that later you have break shots.
Larry Dassow, how's it going, buddy? Brent Kranz, thanks for the like. Guys, I'm telling you, YouTube is running crisp as can be. You can see everything. It's running perfect. So make sure you guys get on over there.
But it is a risky business, just knocking balls around and assuming that your opponent's also not going to start going at it, because at some point Scott's going to say, you know what, I have a chance to bust these out and go at it.
Yeah, well,
and
I think
he doesn't.
Lyle's checking his patience.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I mean, Scott does have a chance now to bang the 7 ball in, bump into the 6 and the 5, and he may not have too much of a problem on the table after that. And so he's going at it.
Yeah, you didn't get her.
Yeah, same shot, only more follow, harder.
Well, I think that's the shot. You shoot the 1 here, maybe stop it, bank the 5. If you're going to go out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you play safe here, I guess, off the 5.
Yeah, and you've still got. That's right. You've got to make a hard decision here. Bank on the 5 could give you a chance to get out and win. And of course, you are at that point opening up. Stripes only, big problem. But you're not desperate because that 14 is down there with not a lot of good options.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know because he's got to break through that pack of 4. So something might get in shape to help him. But like you say, there's nothing set.
Yeah, you're saying if you're going at stripes and you're bumping those stripes around the table.
Yeah, something's going to, I mean, he kind of
I think he's going to make the 11 here and just get that out of the way.
Shirley, thanks for the like.
So Kyle is Lyle's son, of course. Lyle's 11 ball, which was hanging over the side pocket, is now gone, which would have been a ball he could have used to break the 14.
All right, guys, we need some predictions. What are we predicting the score to be here? Remember, last week, Scott Cohen took an opponent down 18-1 in 10 ball.
And this week, it's 8 ball, so it's a race to 15, and I'm going to guess 15-8.
You only think Scott's going to get 8?
That's not quite what I said. I'm not saying which way.
15-8 it is. Brian Wilkin gives it a 15-4. I'm telling you, I'm going to give Lyle more than that. I've seen Lyle play.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to say
run
that.
out.
Sorry, Lyle.
So I'm going to give him a little more than that. I'm going to go 10. I think he's going to get 2/3 of the way there.
If he'd run out that first rack, I would probably be saying he's going to win. But and this rack right here.
This is crucial. I
Yeah.
mean, just how he finishes. He doesn't have to run out here, but he's got to keep control of this.
Right.
Because that 6-5, no matter what, is not a great thing for Scott either.
No. But 2 balls there. It just seems that it's just one of those cases where the more balls you shoot, the more trouble you're going to get into.
15-3, Larry Dassow. Jerry Moser agreeing 15-3, and he did clarify Scott, even though Scott has 2 now, and I'm just giving you a hard time, Jerry.
And Lyle doesn't really have a good shot here. What are you going to do?
We're going to watch.
There you go. The plot thickens. That's probably not a terrible thing. So Scott has a chance to use the 2 ball to get an angle on the one, but he's not going to get lured in there. He doesn't want to shoot 2 balls and end up with 2 balls on the table.
Puts the ball up by that 6-5.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. That's what I was telling you before. Is put your balls close to that. He's created a perfect break shot there with that 2 ball. If I was Lyle here, I might be tempted to use the 15 to relocate the 2 ball and leave the 15 there instead. Like a long combination on the 15-2, just to get the 2 ball away from that break ball position. Replace it with a stripe.
I'll tell you, though, Lyle's played 44 years, which is as long as Scott has been alive. So he's got some experience in 8-ball. You know, I mean, he's got some chances here to play some smart shots here and get this turned into his favor. You know, that wasn't terrible, honestly. It leaves him a tough choice here, I think. Let's take a look.
Well, the problem is he may have. I can't tell what angle he has, so he's not shooting at the 2, but. Little nudge. Nudge in this 6, hopefully to give it an alley, and Lyle can see the 11 ball.
Joe, thank you for the like.
Or is that that's the 15 ball? But it's tough now for Lyle to play something constructive off this 15. Because you're forced into bumping balls away from the area. And Lyle is saying, no, I don't want to play off the 15. Can I get through that gap and make contact with the 12 instead?
Larry Dassow saying, Scott is a beast. I couldn't believe how great he shot last week. His speed control was unbelievable, he says.
And I would second that. That was absolutely correct.
Yeah, he played great. But he got here early, right? He got on the table. He took advantage of that. Oh, bumped the 5 there. But he got here early. He took advantage of the free hotel room. The gift baskets we put in there. Did I tell you about those?
Yeah. What's in the gift basket?
Like beef jerky, cheese, like a hand sanitizer thing, like an energy drink, some pretzels. You know,
So he's
necessities.
He's got his energy, is what you're saying.
Yeah, right.
The
So
gift basket might have been the key to how he played so well last week.
What are those gold wrapped chocolates? Those little
kisses?
No, they're like I don't know. I can't think of the name of them. It's something unpronounceable to me for some reason.
Meanwhile, he's got a chance and he's busted out and he's going at it now. He's got this shot on the 6 ball and he needs to find a way to nudge his way.
Just come back off the 15. I think it pushes it out perfect. He missed it, kind of.
I guess that means the 2 ball just goes.
It must.
Sure it does.
Plenty of room.
Yeah.
Take a look from the overside here. He's going to actually take it out of the way right now.
And his previous safety shot forced Lyle into nudging the balls out. You have to play the 8 ball in the other side pocket now, I think.
And I mistimed that, but he ended up perfect there. All right, puts it down 3-0. I don't think that's the name, Shirley. Thanks for trying. I was hoping somebody might guess with me.
I wonder what that was. You're trying to name the chocolate.
Yeah, here. I know.
Giraldi.
I took a picture.
Girardelli.
Well, maybe I've just said it wrong my whole life.
Girardelli.
I took a picture of the gift basket. So I'll go back. There. So it's...
Ferrero Rocher.
That's it. So nice pack of those in there, too. So a little
mark
chocolate.
Of quality.
And they get a T-shirt.
Italian luxury chocolate.
Last week, Scott got a T-shirt. This week, he got a pool towel that's printed with the Mad Apple.
You're going to give him some socks next week?
Well, maybe. I don't know. He wears baseball caps, so see if I have a baseball cap for him. I think the next thing we need is radar on the break to see how fast people are breaking. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be.
Can't be that tough to do.
And it's interesting to note, and of course, these second ball breaks, they're not super fast breaks. But it is curious to note. We should pay attention to that, because what you were saying before is the speed on that second ball break leads to whether the balls open up or group back together again.
Well, so you got the 2 and the 14 are kind of a trouble position there, I think. Right? I mean, those are the 2 that are really the issue. Everything else has a pocket that's direct.
He trying to break it out, missed. That was his first shot.
Set for the bank. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he was trying to play a little kiss on those balls there. I'll wager. But he is on the bank. Unless he's just a little bit on the wrong side of it where you get a double kiss. And he's not shooting it. Yes, he is. Bank shot. I think he's got to hit this hard in order so it doesn't double kiss.
A little bit. He'll hit it just like that.
Wow.
Perfect. Dead in the middle of the hole. He still kind of ended up in a funny spot. He's got, doesn't quite have that 6 ball, I don't think. May.
He's on the 4 ball, yep.
How about that 4 hanging
in the pocket?
Yeah, that one might shoot okay.
And then...
Oh, look at that. Even messed up the 2 stripes there a little bit. Just
nudge them together.
Security, yeah.
So this rack now is going to come down to how are you getting on the 3 ball.
Side pocket, right, for the 3?
Side pocket for the 3, yeah. You got to find a way to get down table.
Well, it's got a little bit touchy.
Yep. He's not wasting any time over it.
Well, you can't. I think you overthink these and you miss them. Uh-oh. See? That security blanket, he left those, he nudged those 2 balls together. May have paid off. We'll see.
And I think you can thank the billiards gods for those 2 balls getting nudged together like that. But
Andrew Bundy, thank you very much for the like. Appreciate it.
but Lyle's got a
And
chance.
Thank you
here.
for the share, too.
Yeah. 15-0 is one of the comments out there.
Oh, I don't. Come on, Lyle's getting out right here.
Yeah, right.
He's going to work this out. I think he's going to get to that backside of the 13 and 11 there. I think he'll get there off of that 14. Could almost play for it here. To be honest with you.
Right. Stun up around the rails and end up
Yeah, I like that shot.
straight on the 11 in the other side pocket. Or play that same shot harder and just bump into him.
Yeah, 3 rails, come around it. Come
Yeah.
around the backside of it and try and just nudge him a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you got the ball hanging down there.
Yeah. It's
I
a
think
perfect
a good
time, isn't
shot
it?
Here, yeah.
If he gets this right, confidence booster.
Well, he's going the other way, so. What do I know?
And it's nice, you know.
This isn't bad either. Come
No.
back 1 rail and try and nudge him.
And your spidey sense says do it as soon as possible so you have lots of balls left on the table for either plan B or just a shot after you break them. Got logos of your sponsors on the pool table there. That looks nice, doesn't it? The overhead view.
Yeah, there's quite. Yeah, it's one of the ways we get to pay them back for everything they do for us. Uh-oh.
Decided to break the 8 ball out first.
Interesting choice. So Lyle's been in the booth with me before. He's commentated on a few matches. When his son Kyle was playing, he actually came in and commentated.
That's right. Yeah,
And,
Kyle played.
He's very animated. He spent a lot of his younger life in theater and stuff like that. So he's a pretty animated guy.
You told me that. I remember that
Yeah.
now from last time. He's a play actor. Is that right?
Yeah.
Or a singer?
A little of both, I think, maybe. He said something about singing in the booth, and I said that I kind of would have a reaction to that, I think. What is he looking at here?
He's looking at banking the 14 into the side pocket and whipping the cue ball around the table.
Well, sure, now he's going to play the 3-row break.
It's a very thin hit on this with...
Drills it. Look at that shot.
How perfect was that? Action replay.
Wow, that was honestly, that was amazing. That was really well hit.
Yeah, that was a really, really tough shot, that.
Unfortunately, it was a terrible shot to put himself there, but just kidding, Lyle.
Hey,
he ended up perfect on the 13
if you
too.
play
So
play a good recovery shot,
a great recovery. So we'll have to make sure we get a look at that bank again after. Hopefully, we see a run out here by Lyle.
And if you do get out, all your previous sins are forgiven.
That's right. I mean, you're only down 3-1 at this point if you can just get out these last couple of balls. And Lyle's no stranger to competing, you know. I mean, everybody gets a little nervous, but most of the time you're gonna make it happen. And he came out really nice there, so.
Yeah, I made sure he didn't overhit it and get behind the 5. This is plenty cuttable.
What a great shot. And
there we go.
Nice job. Lyle's on the board. So whoever just said nil,
15-0.
You have already been wrong. And take a look at that bank shot again. That Lyle played perfect dead center pocket. Comes around 3 rails to break out the last 2 balls. Ends up dead perfect on that 13 on the side. So
yeah, what a great shot.
Really great shot. And deserves the win there. So
and
3-1.
This is winner breaks, right?
This is winner breaks.
So there you go. And he showed in the first rack that his break is working. Let's see if it...
A little bit about Lyle here. You can see by his picture what a fun guy he is. He is really one of the nicest guys in Wisconsin pool, I think, and everybody kind of knows him. And you can see that a little bit by his answers. here. He's a 607. So that A stands for actual age is 57, feels like it's 37, and then acts like he says 27.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then he's from Fond du Lac. I'm sorry for that. Q is a McDermott. Shoots with a Wheat State cubic carbon fiber shaft. How tip.
And those
like
have
I
been
said, 44 years he's been playing. Favorite game is 8-ball. And I love his answer for his favorite player. It's a toss-up between Craig Fowler and Bud Schneider. So,
so he's been
Lyle
in
very true to form there.
he's obviously been in Fond du Lac too long.
Yeah, right. So, well, let's take a look at the overhead cam here brought to us by one of our new sponsors, Brownies. We appreciate him. Take a look at what he's looking at here.
And that overhead view shows you he's got a nice open break. And if he keeps breaking like this, if he can start picking off some of these runs.
This shot is so tight going past this 5-ball. I'm sure he'd love to have just a little bit easier starting ball. That 10-ball is probably a better choice. I like shooting that up in the corner right here, possibly.
And this is right after the break, right? So
we'll see how he feels about this 13.
I mean, what's wrong with solids?
I don't like him. I think stripes are a better choice here too. So let's see how he does with them. I think this is the key shot right here. They're all key, but I mean this is the tough one. He had more room than I thought he did. Ran into that ball really nicely, actually.
Yeah, played that ball into the side of the pocket. All right. So if he plays this next shot and gets nicely towards the middle of the table somewhere, he's going to be sitting really good. This sort of transitional shot to the is kind of key, and he's a little bit straight on it, so he's going to have to either punch it in with a lot of stun or follow and zing it round with inside English.
Sometimes I just don't listen to you. Then you sound like you're just going off on this tangent of what he's going to do, and I feel like he's just going to hit a stop shot. Oh, inside and around the corner. I see what you're saying.
That's right.
And he did. He hit it pretty stiff. Did he get... Well, he got to the 11 anyways. Is that what you said too?
Well, I was assuming more up towards the middle of the table, but he's on the 11 ball, and now he can play a stop shot or drift forward a little bit, because I think that 14, which is the ball in the middle of the table, can go into the side pocket past the 10, past the other stripe. And if that's the case, then he just needs to roll this 11 in gently. Yeah, and that's what he's eyeballing there. Actually, he's looking at...
I'm going to mutilate this. So somebody asked where Scott is from. I'm sorry, it was Sean Wilkes asked where Scott was from. And it's,
that's not
what do you think, Antioch?
Antioch, yeah.
Antioch, Illinois. So it's, if I'm mutilating it, it's possible, but it's spelled Antioch. And we'll have that up the next time.
It looks like the last part of your name there, the second half of that word.
Oh, yeah.
So what he's done there is he said he doesn't like shooting that stripe past the other stripe into the side pocket. He's followed to give himself a shot on the 10. Now this shot, he's going to have to navigate really well, because he's got to thread the needle. He's got a thin cut on this 10 ball in the side pocket.
Yeah, that foot. It's too bad the 4 is not back just a little bit. You could play that straight off there, but
this is a tricky shot that has to be got just right. Oh yeah, you're saying you could play the 10 ball straight off the 4 ball, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like this at all. I mean, maybe you can play that 10 off the 4. It looks close from that angle, but
yeah. I mean, and if you stun the ball wide enough so it misses the 6, when it comes off the rail, it's kind of going into other solids. Oh,
perfect.
Do a replay on that. I need to see that one again. He miscued.
Yeah, I think he's got this ball too.
He miscued and somehow played that ball off the 4 ball, like you said. It turns out that was a viable option.
He's definitely got this.
We don't know if he was playing that off the 4 ball or not. He may well have. But he did miscue. Don't forget the chalk. Scuff up a tip. And of course, when you miscue, it actually creates a burn a real burn heat mark and a little brown spot, and makes your tip shiny, and it makes you more likely to miscue again. That's why a lot of players automatically start scuffing their tip after a miscue.
Another great shot. He's going to still be working a little bit for this 8-ball.
But he's happy to have a shot on this 8-ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's worked very hard for it. And like I say, if you play good recovery shots and still get out.
I'll tell you, this is a really big confidence booster here if he can actually finish this out.
And this, it needs good stroking. He's absolutely center ball jacked over the 2-ball. So to get a solid straight hit on that cue ball.
Look at that. Beautiful
Requires
run.
a nice stroke, and he hit it perfect right into the middle of the pocket, like it was easy. The overhead view made that look easy, but when you realize how high he was holding the butt of his cue to get over that ball, it's very easy to miss hit that shot. So good stroke.
Yeah, perfect.
And
Good job,
he's coming
Lyle.
back. He's not going to let this match get away.
I'll tell you, does anybody want to put a little bit different numbers on there? We got a lot of 15-4, 15-3.
And that, of course, was a break and run. If he keeps doing that, no one can stop him. He's breaking well. And he's working his way through these racks.
Derek Justin, is Lyle going to win?
There you go.
Stuff happens.
That's possible.
I don't think Scott's going to make it easy if he would win, but...
Well...
Did he make one there?
He must have, yeah. I wasn't sure, but he's gone and got his shooting cue, so yes.
Nice open rack.
And the
there.
balls
I like solids.
Balls are open again.
I like solids. The 6-5 is obviously the biggest problem with solids. There's a lot of opportunities to play into those balls, though. Whereas you have the 9 and the 12 really kind of are a deterrent for stripes, I think, and obviously the 13.
So you feel better about solids?
Yeah, I think there's a lot more opportunities to get into your couple of trouble. I mean, they're not really even trouble balls because the 5 will go past. It's just the order that you have to take him in to make it happen. But he's not going to have... If he keeps leaving it like that, he's not going to have to worry
caught
about
a little
it.
snick on that 14, which he didn't want. It's tough.
I think he can get up through and get to that 4 ball. I think he got just enough in that window that he can do that. But he's got to make this count. He's got to get back out of there and make sure he gets maybe over to the 7 even off this shot. He might have played it just... Well, he's going to draw back for the 5, it looks like.
Another miscue.
And
that doesn't seem to hurt, does it? The ball's still going, and he plays the shot perfect.
Nothing to it.
Okay. He's going over to his bag of tricks, so he's got to do something with his tip now.
I would think so. He's got a couple of burn marks on there now.
Yeah. And it's amazing to think that in that short time during a contact point between the tip and the ball that you could raise the temperature so high that you actually burn, but it really does. Sliding friction instead of static friction. It's the same as your car tires skidding on the road instead of rolling on the road. Yes, it does burn. So he's got his little tip tool out. Didn't spend long on it.
Well, like you said, you just kind of got to fix that burn. You know, you got to get rid of the that little bit of a burn that's there. So I'm not promising anything, but I had a really good conversation with Red Bull, so we're hoping to maybe have them as a sponsor of Mad Apple Xstream.
I didn't know Red Bull was a real person.
Oh, no. That's like a energy drink.
Ow.
So that was a really good conversation, so we hope to make that come to fruition.
Want to get free Red Bulls in the commentary box. And
I
then
don't care. Any way they want to support us.
You think
I
it's
it'd
bad
be
now?
terrific.
Imagine if we're all on Red Bull.
Oh, yeah. No, I can't drink that stuff. Just kidding.
Yeah, you're fired. You just lost your you just lost your sponsorship deal.
We're kind of rebellious here.
Yeah, I can't drink that stuff either.
No, we do, I mean, we sell a ton of it.
That's your save, is it?
What? We do sell a ton of it.
Yeah. People will like it.
All right, Scott looking to bank the 15 ball here or play safe. Safety it is.
Yep.
Down table. And
so that last rack's got to give hope to the Lyle fans out there. He played a really good run out. It was a break and run. Got himself into trouble and then found some good recoveries and kept on going.
well, Bud Schneider chiming in. He heard us comment on Bud being one of the toss-up between him and Craig Fowler for Lyle's favorite player. Lyle says to heck with it. You're going to leave me a cut. I'm going to take it. And he's going to try and drive this down the rail. Wouldn't be the first time I've seen him make it. Well, he kind of got a little wide there. Looked like he let off of it a bit. All right, so where does Scott end out here? I tell you, these racks have not been very straightforward. You know,
Right.
there's always a couple balls that are really making it into a little bit of a safety battle. Scott hitting that one about as good as he could.
Oh, what a nice touch.
Beautiful shot.
He really does have a lot of control over where his ball ends up, doesn't he? We said that last week too.
Yeah, really good control. Let's take a look at that again while Lyle figures out what he's going to do. But really played good speed there.
Yeah.
I think Lyle's just got to hope for a hit here. I don't know that there's a very good offensive call. So I think his best bet is to just hit the side of this. Oh, not quite there. Going to come right down through. Would have went in the hole.
All right, with ball in hand, how are we going to pick this open for stripes? One thinks you have to put the cue ball down there between the 9 and the 12. Shoot one of those balls first on the side rail. We're not using the TV balls again, are we?
No, I know this. I actually don't mind it that much when we're not playing rotation. I think it's almost easier, to be honest.
But like you were saying, the 8 ball, you confuse something like that 6 ball that's right next to the cue ball now.
Yeah,
looks like the 8 ball, doesn't it? But
well, that was almost the key shot, but Scott ended up putting the ball right back in trouble on that shot. There's always that one key shot that you hit, and you're trying to get your problem taken care of, but he pushed it a little too far, and he got it right back in trouble. So,
and he doesn't have a very good angle on this this 15 ball that he's on. I wonder if there's a shot on the 13 in the side pocket at the moment. And looking directly at the table, I can see that the 1 ball is kind of in the way for that. So, not kind of, it is. Playing a power draw shot.
Nice shot. Kicking the 7 out of there.
Solving.
Kind of brought it over. I mean, he's got plenty of a window on that 15.
Yeah, you were saying he kind of hampers it a little bit, but yeah, the window's still there.
Pretty good
size, a little bit smaller.
Too. It's, yeah.
What it really does, of course, it does cut that whole window in less than half. Because without that 7 there, you can be almost anywhere up table there.
Yeah, but I think he's going to come right off this 10 ball off the rail and get over to it right away here.
Yep.
Pretty good there. He's got a really nice shot here to just bump out into the 1, I think, for the next shot.
Oh, okay, yeah, and that's what he's showing you with his cue stick right there. A little gentle kiss, straight, solid on the one. That's what we're playing for here.
Yeah, and
doesn't have to hit it hard.
Personally, I think you just pocket speed. You know, you
gently
just,
brush it.
Right, kind of spin it up a bit. Yeah, I couldn't have hit that better. Rolled up into position on that 13 also, I think. Well, he might have got funny.
Yeah, it's still not over yet.
I think you just roll up off the 5 or miss the 5 with a lot of right. He's going to play the 14 down in the lower left-hand corner, I think.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't know if are you saying follow and just brush the left-hand side of the 5 ball?
Or miss it.
You think you can with that angle?
Yeah, high left. You can. I think you can miss the 5 here and roll forward.
Okay.
Or actually, kind of a push shot with low.
Yeah, and looking directly at the table, I can see that does look better.
Well, the Clarion cam makes it clear. We can see from right here for sure.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and that's what he ended up doing, and he ended up really nice for the side or the corner pocket.
Corner, yeah.
Yeah, and he does have room past that 7, so I think he just rolls this up.
You don't think he has to punch this off the side rail?
I don't think
it's kind of on the wrong. It's just got slightly the wrong angle on the 14, doesn't he?
Especially after that last stroke, I think you stick with that kind of feel and shoot the same shot here. Spin up. Yeah, just like that. Really pretty by Scott. That's a
go
great
in the
shot.
Side pocket.
Yeah, he had plenty of room past it, I think. I mean, it's still.
He's got a half pocket here, but the 7 ball's not stopping it.
Yeah, he's not going to miss this ball.
Right.
All right, really nicely done there by Scott to bring him to 4-2. Really got some great pool going here, guys. Make sure you're out there sharing the stream. We do appreciate it more than we can even tell you. It's how we keep things running around here. Keep getting more and more sponsorships. We want to continue to do that so we can keep these things running for free, get better and better matches for you guys.
And Junior there is giving a shout out to his dad. I thought you'd be watching, Kyle. Let go, old man. I think you mean let's go, old man. I'm not sure.
He could mean let go. Let go.
Let go.
Let it all go.
Yeah, let it all go. Either that or let's go, old man. I got a few bucks on you getting to 7.
7, nice.
Kyle, you're not even betting that he's going to win. Come on now. Even you. I think we got to think bigger than that. I'm rooting for Lyle all the way.
Well, I mean, we do root for the underdog, so we want a close match either way. So I hope Lyle plays the way we all know he can, and we already know how Scott plays. So I don't think Scott's going to make it easy on him at any point. That last rack would be a really great example because he had some really nice touch shots through there, guys. I mean, really pretty to watch. Can't hide the white ball. Mike Klamork, thanks for the share. Really appreciate it.
So big old cluster of balls up table. And Lyle is saying, look, if I can shoot this 6 ball in and pop the 2 ball out.
Yeah, it looks like what he's planning to do here.
How hard do you hit it? Rearrange the stripes and make them freeze on other balls.
I mean, really, he's just trying to pick the 2. I mean, in an ideal world, you just kind of shove it around one of those balls. That's you know.
Get a good hit and put most of the energy into the 2 ball. Like a half ball hit on the 2, so it goes into the rail and out.
Truthfully, if that ball sitting on the rail would push the 2 out, that's all you really need. That came out. Couldn't ask for it to come out better. He's got a stop shot on the 1 to the 2.
Okay. 2 ball has been solved.
Yeah, 3
Next
balls
question.
a problem still.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he can leave the 1 and the 2 till later when he needs it, but Now the focus has to
Patrick
be
Lynn,
the
thanks for the
3.
share. Yeah, the 3 ball, bit tough. Lyle's a pretty tall guy. Let's get him out of camera view so we can see what he's going to do here. I kind of like shooting the 7 here and trying to take it right now, to be honest with you. If you're going to try and run out.
You think you have enough angle on the 7 ball to get into the 3? Is that what you're saying? Oh, he does. It's got a stun run through. Just a hair more forward than stun. Wow, look at that.
Perfect.
Hit that perfect. So that was 2 problems, 2 shots and 2 problems solved. He's done the hard work. Rack's not over until you run the balls now. But he's given himself a good chance. So he's just looking now at what angle where he wants to be to, if he chooses to shoot the 4 ball in the side.
Yeah, I honestly think you're playing the 3 here to get up to the 1.
Yeah, he doesn't have to shoot the 4 ball in the side, does he?
Yeah, I think you save that 4. That's your last ball.
4's got a corner ball. Yeah, right.
I think
in
it's
the corner.
3, 1, 2. Well, I don't know. 3.
And the 5 ball's kind of still left there, isn't it?
Yeah.
When are you going to take the 5 now? Next question. He's okay.
Well, he could come up off the 5, get past the 8, play for the 4 on the side, kind of like you were saying before. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
you'd play the 1
that's why he was
then
looking
the
at
2.
it. He's leaving the 4 till last in the side bucket.
That is probably what his plan was.
Wow. Yeah, and he's definitely going to have to shoot the 1 now. And one thinks if you're going to shoot the 1, you have to shoot the 2 ball after it. So that's it. 1, 2, 5, 4.
Tell you, Lyle gets out here, I'm going to give him a run at this thing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean.
Winner breaks and he's breaking and running. If you break and run out.
Hey, did you see that Derby horse that won? He was 80-1 or 80-1 odds, right?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, it happens, you know. I mean, Lyle could have a performance worthy of winning and doesn't take. I mean, look at Josh last week. He didn't take many mistakes, and he got, you know, really kind of taken care of from Scott, you know. So a couple different roles.
Okay.
I've only really seen Lyle play 1 bad ball this whole time, till that one.
Hey, he's got a nice shot on the 4 ball, is he?
Yeah.
Okay. What about the 5? I don't know, but.
Well, I mean, I definitely think he's shooting the 4 here. He's not going to shoot.
He hit that shot so soft. One thinks he might have been playing for the 4. Maybe he just wanted a different angle. If he'd stopped a little shorter than that, he could have had an angle where he could have drawn
He's still
over for the 5.
This ball with a lot of low right.
Yeah, and he's looking at drawing back and ending up with still a difficult cut shot on the 5. Doesn't like it though, does he? Shaking his head, reconsidering. He's got just the wrong angle on the 4 ball too for that draw shot. So now he's addressing the ball high like he's thinking about following.
Yeah, he's looking at trying to come between that 11 and 14.
Wow.
Let's take a look over top, see what he's taking a look at here.
Well, where he just put his cue tells you he's thinking about drawing back, and he's going to end up with the cue ball pretty close to that stripe on the side rail.
I think I like that shot.
And if you're going to play a difficult cut on the 5, why not just take it now?
No, he's going to come. He's going to come back way further. He's going to come all the way down table. Just don't get behind the 15. You'll be fine. Oh
dear.
All right, it's not going to be happy about that leave.
Yeah, and I can see why he played it like that. You're right. I mean, a little bit more draw to get a slightly straighter shot on the 5. He didn't scratch. And the overhead view says you could play a mass A shot here, or jump over the edge of the 15.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty brutal jump. He's actually only
You're not going
about
over the
2
whole
inches.
ball, though. You know, you
Yeah.
only half the ball. So it's not quite as high. But yeah, you've got to stop the cue ball bouncing before it hits the 5.
Could play the 1 rail off the side rail at the 11 sitting aside. Looking to masse it.
You'd be massing it, wouldn't you?
Probably.
Maybe.
So that light that we have in the pro shop, that's the size light I want to put over this table.
Oh.
Because
you're saying that
I
the
can't
light
jack
right now.
up on the edge of the rail.
Right.
Well, giving it a run, and Lyle didn't get over quite far enough. He's going to give Scott a very good opportunity here with ball in hand, wide open rack.
Yeah,
so
he tried to draw off the rail there.
let's see if we can figure out the pattern Scott's going to play. Clear the one end, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you were going to pretend there was a problem, I guess it'd be the 9-12. Or I'm sorry, the 9-10.
9-14.
All right, that one.
He's going to shoot the 10 ball right now.
And
follow up for a straightish shot on the 13 on the side rail. And after that, the 9 ball next. So yeah, a little stop shot here. Just stay on the 9.
Right, 9 because the 15's hanging right by the hole.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
yeah, it's plain sailing.
Because that would be the only way where you could make a mistake here is play the wrong pattern and get inside too far on the 14 ball. 14 ball, right? And I think he hit that just perfect. Got a nice little angle. He's just going to play to the end rail, bounce out, trying to avoid hitting that 14.
Make sure you roll far enough to get straight enough on the 15.
Yeah. There's almost no such thing as
too much.
Too much. Yeah.
Unless you go all the way down behind the 8, but yeah. That's perfect.
Chun, thank you very much for the compliment on the setup. We got myself and Chris G that worked very, very hard to try and get rid of the glitches. We had a heck of a time with the glitches last week, so. Come around 2 rails here, right? Just kind of bounce up 2 rails, I think. Oh, boy.
Yeah, look at that. Cutting across the line of the next shot.
It's not something I would have expected there on that shot. I think.
Well, yeah, and the reason was he was a little bit straighter. If it had more angle, he would have just rolled it in simply. But that shot that he just played requires good speed control.
Either way, great work.
And Scott has proved he does have good speed control.
Once or twice.
So just looking through the questionnaire, for Lyle here, because we kind of read Scott's out last week, of course, if anybody was still connected after the stream kept going down. But
well, I tell you what, since it's Scott's break right here, though, let's start with his profile.
Okay.
And we'll go from there. So we'll give him the opportunity to be up here and talk a little bit about him. 6'96". He's 44 years old. That's, if you remember, as long as Lyle's actually been playing pool.
Yeah.
So he's 44 years old. He's from Antioch. This is the best guess we got.
Sounds
Illinois.
Good. Yep.
Plays with a Tim Prince Q. Have you ever heard of those? You do a lot of Q work.
Nope.
All right. And a Q-Tech 12A carbon fiber shaft. He's got a soft tip on his Q. I think he told me that it was a Predator that he played with.
Okay.
He's been playing for 14 years. Seems short. I bet that's wrong. Favorite game is One Pocket, and his favorite player is Joshua Filler. And how can he be? I mean, that kid is playing so good.
Yeah.
His attitude, I think, is turned around. He's got a real positive attitude. It's a lot of fun to watch.
Especially after he wins and throws himself on the floor and yells out as loud as he can.
Did he do that this last time?
No.
All right, take a look from the overhead.
And his
Doesn't have much trouble here except for this first shot. He's going to try and just bump that 13 out of there.
His wife didn't run out of the crowd and straddle him on a chair this time either.
Well, that's beneficial. I think I do remember that.
Oh,
actually.
yeah. Just jumps right on him. It's like, can everybody else just turn away for a minute?
All right, so this is going to be no issues, I don't think, for Scott. I think he's going to come up here. Once he gets past that 9. Can't quite tell if the 15 goes, but he does have the 11 in the corner, even though. So either way,
Yeah,
I think
little stop shot on the 11. Fraction of a draw maybe, but not much.
Oh boy, nice bank. Kind of took that in off the side rail a little bit. Looking good here. You just got to stay outside of the 1. Or inside of the 1, I should say.
Yeah, and when you shoot this 9 ball in, you want to come across the line of the 15 next so that you can... Well, there's kind of balls in the way both ways,
8.
really.
Yeah, this is just going to be pocket speed. A little bit. Oh, boy. Well, I'll tell you, that's the first unforced error. I want to keep track of those, too, by the way.
Yeah.
I think that would be an interesting statistic to have. Don Murray, I want to thank you for the like.
No, he was very focused on what kind of angle he wanted on that 15. Because if he had made that ball, getting from the 15 to the 13 requires you picking a good line, not letting the 1 ball get in the way.
Oh, we got to get Barry not to stand there.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching the basketball game.
Yeah, Bucks are playing. I would like to know what the score is. I can't quite see it. Can you? Tell me they're winning. They're moving on if they do.
Looks like 95 to 87.
Bucks?
Don't know. Green ones. They're both green, aren't they?
Somebody update me on the Bucks game. That's why we have less viewers too.
So meanwhile, Lyle is trying to figure out what am I going to do. The 9 ball's hanging in the pocket in the way. The 1 and the 5 ball don't have obvious pockets.
Well, I mean the 3 is the obvious choice to get down here on that 1 and 5.
Sure.
Or to try and possibly pocket the corner ball. Or he's going to play.
Yeah. See, I liked what you said there. I thought he was going to roll forward gently on that shot and have an angle on the 3.
This honestly isn't horrible if that 7 goes in the side. I think I would be playing this to try and run into off the top rail.
Yeah, now he's lining up with his cue the angle that he wants on the 3 ball. And maybe it does make sense to shoot the 7 before that because the 7 might be in the way of the line that he wants to take when he shoots the 3 in the side. So I think he's trying to get an angle on the 3 ball in the side pocket here.
Yeah, he did. And I tell you, he held that really well. He's got a great angle here coming in.
Yeah. The shame about it is he shot off all his other balls. Well, he's got the 4 ball down there too.
Bucks down 95-87. 5:30, plenty of time. They're coming back. They're winning that game. Mark my words. They're only down by 8. 5 minutes to go. Home field. They're winning. Home field. Home court.
So what are you trying to do with this? You can get up there, or you could bang balls, you could drift in behind them. Oh, he would love to have seen that 9 ball fall in. Not that would have really...
I don't think that would have helped him.
He doesn't need that pocket now. So he's on... He's on what? The 1 ball in the side. Does it go past the 8?
Well, let's take a look.
And then that would require a bank shot on the 5 after that.
I think he's actually going to be shooting a bank shot on the 1 right here.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it goes, does it? Past the 8 ball into the side pocket. And even if you do that, you don't end up with... He is calling that. So the 1 ball goes past the 8 in the side pocket.
I think he's got a good angle, actually, if he can get that to happen.
but the speed, if you roll it in, you don't end up with a good angle on that bank shot on the 5.
I think he's going to hit it.
Oh, he's still got the 4 ball too. The 4 ball is down table. That's not the 8.
Right, correct. Oh my, that went right in the side pocket. Unbelievable. That's just a great shot. I had no idea that went past there.
Oh yeah,
I thought we.
You're not listening to. You're not listening to what I say, are you? No.
No, did you say that?
Yeah, I said he called it in the side, which means it must go.
I didn't listen to a word you said.
Yeah,
apparently,
right.
Sorry.
Pardon.
Excuse me. I was just trying to watch.
We
pool.
should have. Everybody should be wearing earphones, and you get Kendall in the left ear and MH in the right ear, totally independent of each other.
Right. We'd probably say a lot of the same things, I would think.
Now, still got a problem to find a pocket for the 5. Is he going to set on the bank shot here? He stops, gets up, wipes his cue.
Oh, another great shot, and he's got a good bank here on this
He
5.
needs-
I like this angle that he's got on this ball right now.
Yeah.
I think it's a very
another
makeable shot.
inch or two might have been slightly better, but yeah, he made a really good thinner than this bank shot earlier to win that rack previously.
This comes around perfect if he doesn't run into the 15, which he probably is going to. But the nice thing, he's got no pockets blocked, so even if he does run into that 15, he's just got to worry about making this ball.
Yeah.
Oh.
And those balls, those bank shots often love to go short, don't they? You never miss them long. You miss them short. You needed a little bit more outside English to stop that dragging across.
All right, Scott going to start out with the 9 ball hanging, the trouble ball that caused Lyle so much grief. Going to get rid of that, play into the 15. Curl it back a little bit right here and leave an angle on the 13 to just pop off the rail. So
yeah, and that was a shame for
curl
Lyle
back a little bit here
because he was making a good attempt here.
Oh, it's a great shot.
Yeah, perfect.
Wanted to stroke it harder.
I don't know, that's perfect.
No, he wanted to stroke it harder, so he brought it back to that back rail.
Right.
Just held
He
it
chose the
open.
extra rail, yeah. Even though he was going through a blind spot, he had confidence in his speed on that draw and ended up hitting it perfect. Well, that takes us to 6-2. Early days yet in this race to 15. So we can go through some of these player profile questions side by side.
Absolutely.
So, question,
So
how do you feel about jump cues?
who's on the left, who's on the right?
I've got Lyle on the left here.
Okay.
And Lyle says dislike jump cues.
And Scott?
Says I like jump cues.
Very nice.
Haven't seen any jump shots, have we?
No, but he was shooting them against me. Scott is very good at jumping. He made a couple of really nice shots, very controlled against me when we were warming up. So I can see why he likes jumping.
Yeah. And so he's just about to break. He did scratch on the last break.
Very gracious man that Scott is. I got to know him a little bit and just know a little bit about him. And he played a few other people like Kakak and a couple other guys. And I was giving him a hard time. And Mike Lemire. And he defended him right away. I was ripping on him a little bit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, which was
Don't be
just
mean.
very telling. Holy cow, they're down by 11 now. Let's go, boys.
So he glances upwards towards the billiards guards and said, look, why did I not make a ball on that break? Next question, how do you feel about template racks? Both players agree they dislike them.
I do too. I'm not a fan of them. Number one, I think it's harder. It takes longer to rack. Number two,
Isn't it quicker?
I don't think so.
Just throw the balls in and they just sit good.
Yeah, I don't think
Repeatable
it's quicker.
consistency.
Yeah. Last
Sometimes with a triangle rack, I mean, it takes hours to rack, doesn't it? So just things just don't go right.
Oh.
Well,
Hours.
ages. All right, exaggeration.
You're like those people that say they waited forever in the restaurant. They waited 25 minutes. I'll tell you what, you sit in a booth for 25 minutes with no service.
Yeah.
You don't know what eternity is until
That's
you
right.
do that.
After 10 minutes, you start.
Oh, not even.
Really
6
upset.
minutes, 7 minutes, people start thinking they've been there an hour.
I've told you 1,000,000 times, don't exaggerate.
Right. Well, he's just plotting his path here, making sure that 9 ball is going to go somewhere. So the 11 is really the issue that he's got in this rack. Oh, no, he's shooting solids, isn't he?
Stripes.
Okay, he did.
So, yes, you're right. 11 ball. What's the plan? And the 9 ball is kind of awkward, isn't it?
Well, he double-checked to make sure that 9 went in the side.
Okay.
So I don't know if that, I mean, truthfully, if he got on it and left the 12 ball, sit here, came up table, come to the 9, try and break off the 9, you'd have the 12 ball either in the corner or the side off the break on the 11 if you didn't get a shot at the 11. Let's just take a look from the top here and see what we can find.
I think you got to shoot the 9 in one of the corners. Probably the longer corner. Yep. He's lining up his cue right now. Visualizing.
Still the same shot. He's going to come off this side rail prior to the side pocket and try and spin up into that 11, I think.
You're saying when he shoots the 9, he's going to solve the 11 ball?
I would think. Unless he, I mean, I wouldn't take the 12 here, but that seems to be what he's going to do. And as you always say, if he gets out,
no one can say you did it the wrong way.
That's correct.
But if you don't, that's when they're allowed to complain. I'm telling you, you should have done it this way. But
I mean,
your shot there requires picking an exact angle on this 9 ball, really, almost.
He's got to be about a half diamond off the side rail.
But he's in a good spot on the 14. If you want to get there, which it looks like he does, he's very nicely on this 14, I think. Oh, no, the Obed view says he needs to use inside English.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he's got to spin it over.
I thought he could just follow, but
yeah, he did not get the right
okay,
angle
so
for
that
this.
tells you not enough inside English, and you're saying he now cannot get into the 11 ball.
No chance.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. It's a very angle-specific shot, isn't it, that one? But he's still got the 15 ball hanging over the side pocket as a plan B. And so he gets up and he's just staring at the 15 there, trying to get an idea of how he wants to get on this 15.
Well, I mean, you're so close to that side pocket, you'd have to be perfectly straight on the 9 on the side rail to. Oh, is he looking at the?
He could draw right into the 15 from where he is now. I mean, he's got to shoot the 9 ball in and kind of get back to the similar angle to what he's on. Oh. Side pocket.
Rolls it in.
And he's found a tiny little window there to get on the 15, which leaves him a follow shot to go into those balls, I think. Yeah, and that's what I was thinking before. Travis says if he had an angle on the 15, he could draw into the 11. Maybe he can do it right now. I just have to get to the
I think he's going to bank the 11, honestly. No, not from there, he's not.
I think he's going to try and play a kiss.
Yeah.
A kick-kiss shot into undetermined pocket.
It's a shame he hit that hard.
Yeah.
Well, here, let's take a look at that shot he shot in the side since he's going to look.
What was he doing there? Because he obviously missed his mark a long way, doesn't he? He was.
Yeah, I mean, I think he had the angle to set for that 11 cross side. You know, if he would have just rolled that up and stopped short.
Cross corner?
Or cross corner, yeah, correct.
So he
but
can.
now he's definitely in trouble here. I don't know. Has he called something?
I don't know. He can hit the edge of the 11, which means he can send the 11 into the 2-ball. And what then? 11 stops dead. Doesn't go anywhere.
Are we getting any closer to the win here, Christopher?
Okay. So he has called the side pocket.
Just going to try and push it through, yeah.
Kissing it off the 2-ball.
That did not work out for him. I feel like I haven't seen Scott play in a while.
Well, except for the last rack where he did it so quick, he just ran out. He got a chance and ran out.
Yeah, maybe. But seriously, I mean, it just feels like it's been a while since I've seen Scott play. Lyle's really taking his time on this rack. Old Man Ferguson says, looks like a game 7.
Are we talking basketball again?
We are, just for a minute.
Because this is
kind of a big deal here in Wisconsin.
Because this is rack number 9.
All right, Scott opting for the safety.
Yeah. Yeah, he was not under any pressure to come up with a shot there.
I like the kick shot here. I
Yeah,
think he's got an angle for it. You never know.
Well, it's not as tough as the last one he was just shooting at. So there is a chance here. That side pocket is a big, wide open void waiting for the 11 ball to arrive at it. And if you kick at this ball one rail, there's 2 different ways that the 11 can end up in the side pocket, because it could kiss off the 6 or it could go straight in. In between those 2 shots is a miss. And it looks like he's going for his jump cue.
Well, that's a good option, too. Even though he doesn't like him, he better not make this shot. Short cue it is. Short cue for a tall guy. Lyle's like 6'4", or something like that. 6'5", at least. Probably under. Patrick Glenn, what is basketball, you silly boy?
Oh, what a fantastic shot. Called that too early, didn't I? But
wow, that's terrific, though. What a great shot.
And he's
keep it out.
Yeah.
Well, Lyle will have to go in and edit his answers now.
We should ask a poll, everybody watching there, if you think we should be playing with the TV balls.
Let's take a look at that jump again real quick. Slams it right on over. Well, I don't think this is a makeable ball.
Yeah, he's put his jump cue down. He's lining up. Let's see what kind of system he's using for his banks. He's got the cue lying straight across the table.
Bucks are cooked. Game 7.
The one thinks that the 2 ball is right in the way of the 1 rail kick.
Yeah,
The side pocket might also be in the way of the 1 rail kick, so that leads you to a 2 rail kick. It's kind of a thin cut on the 8.
Travis Wilson says he likes the balls the way they are. All right, Scott going to pick his way out of this last rack here. I don't think you'll see any defense unless he would happen to hit one.
Patrick says he should have tried to tie up a ball there. Only problem with that is he can play safeties, and once you give him ball in hand, it's very difficult to really stop him getting out there with all those solids. But I guess it's better than missing completely and giving him ball in hand. Scott's not going to waste any time over this.
Nope, he wants to get down early because he wants to play me a set of 9-ball. Old man Ferguson says he should burn the head kicking system. Perfect speed. Going to play the 4, back to the 1 in the side, and then down to the 8.
Yeah.
Just a little stun shot, slide over here, just like that. And more than likely just tap this ball in at pocket speed. Patrick saying his odds of getting back to the table would have been better. Kind of would agree with that. I think I would have liked to see him play the jump shot. Jane Islandfeld, thank you very much for the like. All right, guys, thank everybody for joining us tonight, and I want to make sure you guys are out there sharing, liking. We got a lot of match left here. You're going to see a lot of fine 8-ball playing by these two folks, and if Lyle can get a couple things going, maybe we can get this a little tighter. It's been very close. I mean, he's really been about a half a ball off or a ball off every time, and could be a lot tighter match if he would have got a couple of those games.
Yeah.
Travis, thank you for the like. Make sure you guys go out in all the pool groups you're part of. Make sure you share it in those. We appreciate it. The more we can get it out there, the more likely we are to be able to keep this stuff going great. And Travis, thanks for the follow also. We appreciate that too.
See if Scott can get his break back on track. Well, they opened up well. Send a lot of balls up table.
Yeah, there doesn't look like there's any trouble here, to be honest with you. Either set of balls, this is a pretty dead straight out. You just got to make them happen here. Starting with the 3 in the corner. I tell you, this is going to be a pretty quick one here. Start a stopwatch.
Kyle is waving at the waitress, and Scott thought he was calling him off the shot.
Oh, Lyle?
Lyle, sorry, yeah. And he's like, oh no, I was just calling the waitress.
Nice. Well, and you got to remember, Scott's from like Chicago area, so that's probably a hustle down that way.
Right. Waving while your opponent's shooting.
Rob asked, is this winner breaks? It is. Our King of the Hill match is always a winner break match. We like to see some runs strung together. All the alternate break action you see, you don't get to see the back-to-back racks, which is what I love about our sport. If I wanted to watch tennis, I'd watch tennis.
Backwards and forwards.
Tink,
yeah.
Tink, tink. Right, going to roll up for the 1 here just a little bit. Leave an angle to come outside of that 12 to put the 8 in the same pocket as the 1. So, biggest trick here is just staying off that 12.
Right, because the natural sort of rolling shot takes you into the stripes, doesn't it? But that was just perfect.
It's pretty good there.
You couldn't hit that any better. So close to that 12 ball.
Nice bank on the 8 to finish it off.
Bank on the 8.
He did kind of bank that ball.
Yeah, I'm certain that Lyle was not trying to shark, and
oh no,
even if he was, it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to hurt the opponent if.
Take a quick look at that finish again. You got a nice little shot here on the 1 to get around that 12 It ends up straight in on this 8.
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy. So close to just brushing that 12 and messing up the position.
Able to finish it up here. Nice work.
So a quick little break and run there from Scott.
Yeah, getting him to 8 games right away there. So within 7 games of the win, Lyle's got to get going here. He's missed a couple of opportunities. I still feel like Lyle's put on a really good performance so far. I think that a couple of mishandled shots and this game would be a lot closer if he went to add those.
Sticking with his second ball break.
Yeah,
almost looks like he chips the 1 ball first, but no, that was a solid hit on the second ball.
See, that's how he was breaking against me.
Yeah.
That was the speed. You look at the speed that he has on that shot. And again, we're going to have a little bit more trouble this rack, but not really much.
Well, I'll tell you, if you keep breaking like that, your opponent doesn't have to shoot again.
Stripes all day here, basically based on that 1-4 combination, I think.
Yeah, that 1-4 non-combination.
Yeah, correct, yep. Everything else
you got to choose.
Yeah.
You just got to, right off the bat, choose a pocket for the 13 and figure out how you're getting on that. I suppose it goes in the side past the 8.
Yeah, I like that shot. I think that's probably its most likely. Well, he's going to make it a little interesting here. Bump that 15 around. Got
a nice, friendly bump. Those bumps can make it go wrong. But that one was a happy bump.
Got over perfect for that 13 ball right there. That was a good shot. Yeah. I think he's going to take it here. I would think.
Yeah, got to. 13 and the 14. He's showing you the line he wants to be on the 14 to roll forward off the rail to get on the 9. A little bit more angle than you'd want. I mean, now you have to use inside English.
I don't know. Because now you bounce out for the side pocket.
Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah, he played that way. It's funny, just the comfort of different people,
Sure. Again, this is another speed control shot. You got to choose the right line and make sure you don't go into those solids.
Oh, well. No, this is going to be a little bit of an angle.
That shot did need to be hit right, just right, didn't it?
Here, yeah.
So he's going to need a nice little recovery shot, which I'm sure he's capable of.
Well, I think you just got to hit this light and play into the 7 here. Yeah. Not try and do anything too special and play that 8 ball up in the...
A really long shot on the 8 ball, you're saying. Yeah, because if you try and go any further and turn it into a 3-rail shot, the solids are all in the way, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't think you're trying to get around the 7. I think you play slow pocket speed here to that side pocket.
Just hard enough
to
come
back. We'll see what
back
he does. He might drill it. We'll see.
There you go, 3 rails.
Hit it around. He was able to miss the 7.
Wow, another friendly bump on the back of the 5 ball. Except that pocket's blocked. All right. The overhead view says no. Yeah, no corner pocket. What's he called here? Why did he tap the side pocket?
So I think he's back cutting this to the side. We'll leave it on the Hall of Fame cam and see if he makes this.
He did hit the 8, but
he did touch it?
He hit the 8. Yeah, do a replay on that. You'll see he just snicked it, but too thin.
Oh no, see, he did not hit that. Lyle just took ball in hand.
Do you have a replay on it?
I do. Yep.
Yeah.
We'll
he hit the 8.
Here in a minute.
He did hit the 8.
Well, maybe he hit it with his cue on the way through.
Oh, maybe. Something hit the 8. It. Well, he hasn't objected to the ball in hand, so he must agree that it's a foul shot.
Oh, he did hit it.
And when yeah, you're going to play that replay for everybody. I think they both didn't realize he hit it. When I first looked at the shot, I thought he missed it. And when I saw it on the screen replayed moments later, I saw that he did hit the 8. So I think they were both wrong, and that was not a foul. And
is there any interference with the ball? That's the other question.
I don't know, but after Kyle runs these balls, Kendall's going to play the replay on that.
Stop calling Lyle Kyle.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay, Jack.
Whatever.
Jack's MH's kid's name. All right, Lyle's got this set up really nice to get to 3. He's only going to be down 5 games, more games than some people thought he would get. So let's see if he can finish this out. So we're about to show you the shot that started this for Lyle. He took ball in hand.
Yeah.
On a foul shot by Scott. And they both seem to have no issue with it whatsoever. And I didn't see it. I didn't.
When I first saw it, when I was looking directly at the table, I thought he missed it. And then I saw it moments later on the screen, and I can tell you for sure he hit the 8 ball.
All right, so Lyle's going to put this 8 away. And then we're going to go over and we're going to just take a quick look again at that replay. Just watch the 8 ball here. Just snicks it. So absolutely.
Is there any other reason that was a foul? Do it again.
Not that I saw. Should we bring
Play
it
it again? Everybody watch this. How is this a foul?
I mean, unless he double hit the cue with his cue stick possibly as he came through that shot, maybe. That's the only thing that I can possibly think of to decide that was a foul. But either way, Lyle's happy. It got him to 3 games if he remembers to mark it. There it goes. 3 games to 8, down by 5 in this race to 15. King of the Hill match here at the Mad Apple Burger and Billiard Company on West College Avenue in Appleton. Joined at the booth by my very good friend, Mr. M.H. Penglaze, also the pro shop manager here at the Mad Apple. So if you need anything, get a hold of him. He can help you.
Yep. Pool table related, cue stick related, sales, service, etc.
Shuffleboard. What if there's shuffleboard players out there? Never know.
Watching this pool, yeah. Could be.
Could be.
Of course. Yeah, there's several people, Travis, Zachary, Randy, all saying, yeah, he hit the 8.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt from what I saw. I mean, after you pointed it out and we re-looked at it.
It's interesting that Scott didn't know.
Take a look at the top here. Combination on the 13 here possibly to start things out. The 9's in trouble. Could take solids if you wanted to play the 4 in the side. Lyle's been liking the side pockets, so he may choose that. I think the 5 does go into that side pocket past those 2 balls. So really the biggest trouble is this first shot, I think, and the 3 ball for solids. What do you think he's going to play here?
Well, this is another tricky one, isn't it? You don't really have a good shot on stripes unless you play that combination.
Well, he's going with what I said, that combination, I think. Or what I said originally before I went to solids.
Yeah.
I just don't like that side pocket situation.
Well,
oh, no, he did go the way.
Yeah, I mean, actually the 5 ball goes, so I think solids are okay. The solids are open except for the 3 ball.
Yeah, right. I believe I just said that, but
I wasn't listening.
I figured. All right, looking to play the 2 here. He wants to get, obviously he'd want to stop this ball so that he could shoot the 6 past the 13 and possibly get an angle for the, oh, I'm sorry. He's looking to get to the 2 here, yep.
Travis says, I think stripes are slightly better because he has a breakout for the 9 and the 12 using the 11.
Yeah. So far, I like the pattern. If Lyle can figure figure out that 3 ball off the 6 here. He's just got to get the right angle.
And Patrick Lynn's commenting back on that, whether he hit the 8 ball or not, and says technically it's a foul on Lyle because he picked up the cue ball without it being a foul, but not really if you ask your opponent and your opponent agrees. If he looked over at Scott and Scott said, yeah, it's ball in hand.
Down the line here. Right over Lyle's shoulder. Well, and he doesn't like this angle, but he's got to remember, all he's got to do is knock that, is that the 12 up there? Oh, no, the 15. Wait.
He's cutting the 6 ball.
Yeah, knocking the 14 out of there. So cut the 6, all he's got to do is knock the 14 out, you know what I mean? Because the 1's sitting up there.
The 1 is your shot, yeah.
So although he's not going to have an angle to get at the 3, as long as he's got an angle to get at that other one.
But he's looking at shooting the 1 right now.
It's not a bad thought either.
I
don't really like that, though, because you either have to get a shot off the break or you don't have a pocket for that 6 coming over.
Yeah, the 6 ball doesn't go up table past all that traffic.
But he may not really like that angle on the... Let's take a look at the overhead here. We'll take a look at
the problem with shooting the 6 is the cue ball
cam
may just brush off the 14 into the pocket. So he's measuring up where he thinks he's going to hit the rail.
I'm telling you, I
dance
really
through the gap around the 15.
Well, we'll keep it here and we'll watch from the top, see what he does here.
And he's probably trying to play a kiss on the 3.
Come between the 13 and 15.
Wow.
Look at this shot.
Just like that. It would.
Oh, that is pretty unfortunate. Unless it lined up dead on a rope, we don't know.
Yeah.
Could have.
It was unlucky. He hit that actually really well. He hit that pretty much exactly as he was planning it. Threaded the needle, the cue ball through that gap.
That 3 is really close.
From the overhead, you probably get a... Yep, he's called it. 3 ball in the long corner. So there is a gap between the 6 and the 3, so if it's not lined up, which I feel that it's really aimed to the side rail, but he can obviously aim it differently because he's got a gap.
Sorry, I got to laugh at this.
Oh, no.
Sorry, I was driving, but it wouldn't have been a foul because he hit the 1. Okay, the only thing I'm going to say, you're not supposed to be watching pool while you're driving.
Mm-hmm. And texting messages to us while you're driving.
So we take no responsibility for 16.
Yeah. This will be some shot if he pulls this off.
Yeah, you overcut it.
And actually, I was wrong when I said the combination was aimed to the side rail. I think it was aimed at to the long rail, kind of where he did hit.
Travis, I'm with you. Wait till you get home. You know, it's on YouTube. You can rewind. But you can't talk to us when you do that, so... But we'll play it one more time. I've held on to it. Unless somebody... oh, okay, fine. You're parked. Good.
She pulled over especially to make that comment.
But it actually didn't. It hit the 8 the first time. So if you'd have to watch close. So
I'm amazed that Scott...
You tell me when you're parked, and you can watch, and I'll replay it again for you.
Yeah, I'm amazed that Scott didn't notice that as the shooter.
Yeah, you'd think you'd realize it, but well, setting up for a combination here, which I think is an interesting choice because I don't care how easy they are, combinations are always missable.
Yeah, he's not going to miss this.
Yeah, I mean
I can assure you.
I'm with you, but funny things happen sometimes.
Yep.
take a little look here because he didn't quite get the angle he wanted here. He would have liked to have been able to pop over to the rail a little bit, but still shouldn't be a problem. It's just a little bit more of a control shot. Well, he did get over, so he did have enough angle. And ended up perfect as a result, so just a little slide shot here.
And he does play great, but he's got a sort of an unorthodox stance and stroke there. Really, it's the positioning of his eyes that draws attention to me. He's playing off one eye, his right eye. And he's tilted his head, which means his left eye is higher than his right eye. They're not on the same plane, which I always think is weird. But if you're used to it, that's just, you know, you can,
real quick,
let's
look. Well, we'll do two things. We're going to go back to this cut shot. So if you watch, it hits the 8 right there, and then comes around, hits the 1, and then hits the 8 again. So that's why we were saying it was a foul. And then we're going to go to...
that's why you're saying it's not a foul.
What you were just talking about. If you look at his alignment right here.
Yeah, there you go in that picture.
Yeah.
He's got his head tilted. He's got his dominant eye not only over the cue, but down low on the cue.
Yep.
He has his back heel up in the air, so he's sort of, one of his feet is sort of tippy-toed.
This is probably the first time in Lyle's life that somebody's talking about somebody else's mechanics. If nobody's noticed Lyle's mechanics, Lyle has a very interesting way to hold the cue. I'll see if we can find it.
And it just goes to show, isn't it? You know, there's people who say there's right and wrong, but you get these great players playing really well with things that are not in the textbook.
All right, let's get over to Scott with his second ball break again. Let's see how his speed goes. It's just going to be a medium speed shot. I think that's where he's had the most success. He's not trying to crush this ball and just not super light. So we'll see. He'll kind of stick it. He's not going to follow through real far when he hits this. Did you see how he kind of laid it out there that time?
How do you mean laid it out?
Well, he didn't push all the way through that shot.
Oh.
He just kind of like relaxed after it hit. He let it just kind of fly.
Yeah, he's not trying to crush it.
If you're one eye dominant, you tend to use that eye over the cue. I know this because I am the same way.
Right, you can do that, but you could still have your eyes the same height, meaning they're on the same plane.
Right, straight across, yep. So mine, because I had cataract surgery and I actually had lenses put in, and they screwed up and they kind of like reversed my lenses. What I've noticed is
They put the wrong lenses in.
Yeah, the wrong eyes, so backwards.
What?
So my nearsighted was supposed to be my left eye because that's not my dominant eye, and I wanted to be able to see far with my right eye. That is my dominant eye. And they got that mixed up as many times as I told them.
Wow.
So it's opposite. But what I find is that now I've shifted my head that I'm using both my eyes. So now I don't really use one eye dominant. Now I'm more centered over my cue.
Yeah, and that's how I am too. And it's interesting, you know, there's no clear-cut answer to that. Some people think, oh, dominant eye, put that over the cue, and that definitely works for some people, but there's definitely good players who play off the middle. And a lot of players somewhere in between the two.
Yeah, I had said that that was a mistake when I looked at it. He said the 14 years playing. He said he's known him a long time, but he said the 14 years is definitely off. And I'm not sure how that math got done, but I know I was in a hurry. So, but I did mention that when we read through the first time. I said that. I know that's not right. He's probably been playing since he was 14 years old.
Oh, that's probably it.
And so 30 years probably would be my guess. So, little typo. Hey, real quick, we want to give a shout out to Susie Quall, one of our local ladies that plays here. She's also a champion-style player.
Women's master.
She's got multiple state championships under her belt, but it's her birthday tonight, so wish Susie a happy birthday. Yeah, Lyle, if you watch for him, Derek just said, I was just texting a buddy about their strokes. Weird, but they played damn well like that, yeah. I think Scotty's got more of a traditional stroke. But Lyle's is definitely unique.
In the way he holds the cue.
Randy says he's technically blind in his left eye, so he understands, moving his head over like that. And that was a quick little run there.
So Lyle just gave us a little
well, that's
charades description of something, and I think that means he's taking a break.
No, what he was saying, so I'm going to do this really subtly.
Okay.
So he basically was expressing how he felt about his play.
Oh.
And the motions that he was making, if anybody here golfs, is if you don't drive the ball past the women's tees, they call it a certain thing that I'm not going to say out loud.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure that's what that was. He was saying that
motion with his arm.
I think that's right.
He was definitely trying to communicate with us. I didn't have any idea what he meant. But
since we got a second here, we're going to take a full room view and see Scotty over there on his phone. And also our 12-foot cam we got over the top of the table there. You can see in the background. And meanwhile, why don't we take a look at a few more of these questions, see what they say.
Yes, so we'll compare both players' answers. What is your favorite pool table size? And yet again, they have the same answer. And amazingly, 7 foot.
Yeah, so both like the bar box, so that's great. And they both diamonds is what they
both of them want to play.
On.
Their favorite game would be a 7-foot diamond.
Yeah, so it's the question is what brand table do you typically play? And their options are Diamond, Valley, and then Other.
That's interesting. So what's your favorite game? Lyle says 8-ball.
Yep, and then obviously Scott, we have talked about is One Pocket.
Next question. What started your interest in pool? And Lyle says Christmas present.
Oh, nice.
Does that mean he got a pool table? Or a
pool table
pool
or
cue?
Pool cue, one of the two.
And for Scott, I had a bumper pool table in the basement. So bumper
Nice.
pool.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's such a neat game, and I've never given it a chance, but I've talked to a lot of pool players that say they really enjoy that game.
Oh, so here's we were estimating or guessing what age they started. They did answer that question. Lyle started when he was 13, and Scott started when he was 17. Now, how old did you say he was?
44, so we can do the math.
44 minus 17 is
27 years.
27.
So that's not 14 years he's been playing. It's 27, and we don't care about those 27 years. All we care about is right now as he's about to get up there and break the balls. In this King of the Hill match here at the Mad Apple Burger and Billiard Company, you're watching Mad Apple Xstream. Good friend M.H. Penglaze, Pro Shop Manager, ready to sell you anything you want. Tomorrow. Another crushing break by Scott.
Yeah.
Open these balls right up. I think he's got a choice of either one, but stripes are definitely the option here.
Half the balls on the other went up table.
Yeah, if you're going to pick a problem ball, it's getting on the 13 ball.
Just because there's nothing around it. He could shoot the 9, draw back, and get on it right now if he thought it was a problem. But he's choosing to go up table.
Yeah, he's still going to use the 9 to get on it.
Now, because he's so straight on this combination.
A little tricky.
Yeah.
I think I roll up into the 1.
If he had an angle, he could just roll it gently. But here, you've got to hit it a little bit harder to play some kind of stop or draw.
Well, I'll tell you, he changed his plan there. This is plan B.
And at least he didn't freeze the 11 on the 1, which is... One might have said with a little bit of better planning he would have left an angle on that combination, but it's turned out okay. He's got an angle on the 9 ball to pop over for the 13. And for some people you might say, well, this is a tricky shot, but it's one that... Well, he stopped and got up. You've got to make sure you make this ball and don't miss it. And you stun over past the 3 and make sure you don't scratch in the corner pocket.
Yeah, and he hit that
perfect,
really well and solid. And he ended up almost 2 straight on this ball.
You might say that was a little unlucky. And so now...
Grayson, there is Junior League this Sunday. Make sure you show up.
Does it start this Sunday, does it?
It does, yeah. I'm excited for this.
I've got some people I should let know.
Yeah, please do.
So if anybody's out there who's got a kid who wants to play in the Junior League, it starts this Sunday.
Yes,
11 so just turn up, and we'll get your name when you turn up.
Well,
so
I tell you, this pattern is rough.
Combination time. You got to control the 12 ball. Needs to know where the 12 ball is going to be at the end of the shot and get the cue ball somewhere where it's going to give you a chance to be on it. So you have to hit the shot very accurately if you really want to understand where the 12 ball is going to end up, because it could freeze behind the 1 ball.
Oh, yeah, you got inside. So not killing him because the 1 ball is kind of buried in there, but Lyle's got a lot of chances to get over there by it. He's looking for a strategic shot here. I think he's looking to knock the combination in and block the pocket. I think it's a risky shot if he does decide to do that. I don't know that he's got the right angle to do it first.
Yeah, this is difficult, isn't it, for solids? So he thinks he can play this 1 ball straight through, does he?
Well, I think more than anything, he's trying to do that right there.
Right.
You hit that pretty good.
And that probably was exactly the plan, wasn't it? That was a very good shot. Put Scott under pressure to come up with something here. And if he kicks his way out of this, there will be some kick shot because the 8 ball is kind of making the natural shot not possible. I think he has to somehow hit the rail closer to the corner pocket and bend it with draw or left-hand spin to flatten it out. Maybe he can just play a plain rolling shot and get through that gap. But get ready with your replay button, because if he does manage to get a good hit here...
Well, he's still going to be tough on the 8. Oh, he spun that pretty darn good, I tell you what.
What an amazing shot. What an incredible shot.
That was truly a nice kick there. Had to hold it. Now he's really got to work. Cross corner. I think cross corner it is.
Yeah, past the 3 ball.
So that just goes to show you the safest place to be.
The only safe is to shoot him out.
At the table, yeah. As great of a shot that was from Lyle, all it takes is one a little better. And
yeah, but Lyle didn't have much choice there. I mean, he played that as good as he could, unless there really was a chance to.
Well, he could have ran out. I mean, he had opportunities. So.
He had that pocket blocked, didn't he? Can't really fault his shot choice there too much, I don't think. I know it didn't work. What is he aiming at here? Yeah, okay.
Oh, look at, oh, my goodness, that was close.
Lyle has another chance.
I just got yelled at. I must have called it before I made it. I could just tell the angler was coming in on that he made it. I wasn't calling it.
Who yelled at you?
I don't know, somebody on the stream.
Oh.
Oh, Patrick Glenn. Patrick, I was just being perceptive. All right, so great kick by Scott, but left tough on the 8. Gave it a run, but Lyle going to get back to the table, give himself a chance to get to 4 games. If he makes it to 5, he makes it past most of the naysayers that started in the beginning of this stream when we asked what the score might be.
That's right.
Oh, Mark Bell. Good to hear from you. I thought maybe you died.
Good evening, Mr. Bell. So he's got...
You know what Mark's nickname is, right?
No.
Ding.
Ding Bell?
Yeah.
Ding.
It's even on his cue holder.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm surprised I didn't know that.
Well, now you know. Now you can use it.
I'm like, who is that guy? His face rings a bell.
Ah! Well, what's Lyle looking at here?
Well, he's got a shot
on the 1, right?
Shot on the 1, boy. And you just got to kind of control the cue ball and don't get yourself into trouble. There's lots of balls on the table and there are lots of pockets for you to shoot them into. And you'd think it'd be unlucky if you don't end up with something nice here, but you should plan better than that. So
got to make the ball, right?
Definitely have to make sure you do that.
Made the ball. And tougher shot than he just had.
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
It really is, I think.
And that's exactly what I was saying. It's not enough just to make the ball and assume you're going to get a shot because there's balls all over the table.
I mean, the 5 ball is a fairly safe shot. The 6 ball I don't like because if you do miss the 6, you're going to sell out. The 4 ball...
If he's on the 6, I would definitely shoot the 6.
You can cut in the side. Let's take a look at the oversight.
If he really wants to play safe. But just like you were saying, the only safe place is if you run out. Because you know if you play a safe off the 6 ball here.
Well, you're not playing the safe unless you're not playing the 6 unless you're playing safe, I think.
You don't think
I can't imagine. Well, he can
I would
make
just shoot this 6 ball in the corner.
It's a dangerous shot, honestly. You're going to sell out.
It's close to the pocket, though, isn't it? You've got to have some confidence in your ability to shoot
what,
this ball in.
Mr. Jeff Tischauer has taught me a lot about ducking and hiding. That kid can't shoot a straight-in ball, but he sure can duck and hide.
Well, after you win the safety battle, you still have to be able to shoot the balls in. And it's a shame. I always feel it's a shame to play safe and turn down a good opportunity to run out.
If you're in the lead right here, you play the 6. I think being down, 7 games.
But the 6 isn't that tough, though, is it?
Well, he made it. Terrific shot.
There you go. And like you were saying a few moments ago, the only safety is to run out and don't let him shoot. Because if you had played the safe, guess what? You're going to give him a chance to kick the 8 ball in. And the 8 ball is not that far from the pocket. So this is the way to go. He's going to feel a lot better about himself that he ran out here rather than playing safe.
I was wrong.
Can we have can we have a replay on that?
You know, you normally won't hear me vying for safeties.
Right. It's out of character. But you don't want to give Scott a 1-rail kick shot on the 8 ball that's so close to the pocket.
I agree. Yeah. Especially considering that 12 ball that he just made not too long ago. Well, I wanted to make sure he doesn't get caught in a tough little spot. He's either got to go all that, get to the side pocket, or go to the 7 right here. I think I float this down 2 to 3 rails and come around for the 7 next. Right. He draws it straight back.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I don't trust my draw that much. I don't know. I prefer rolling balls than striking them all the time.
I like draw shots. They're just more fun.
Let's take a look back. I know Scott ended up losing this rack, but let's just take a look at that kick shot again.
Do that again.
All right, we'll have to wait for it.
That was a great kick shot. And so he is hitting this just plain. He's got a good speed on it.
No, he held it back a little bit. Did you see it? It just spun when he hit that top rail. It just kind of hooked
little
back
bit of spin.
Yeah, just a touch.
To flatten it out a bit. Square it up. Okay, well that takes Lyle to 4 racks. And he's only 11 away from the victory line, and he's breaking.
It is winner break.
And this is winner breaks.
Hey, I'm telling you, nobody gave him a chance to have 4. A lot of people didn't, or whatever. So, if, like I said, he's beating the odds if he gets into 5 territory.
Makes a ball, busts them up, and gives himself another head scratcher.
Yeah, this rack definitely is not laid out perfect. I think stripes are a bit easier. Mainly based on the 6 and the 2.
Yeah, just because you don't really have, as solids, you don't have a way into that. Well, no, you do have the 3 ball there.
Yeah, the 14 is a little bit of trouble, but it will go past the 2 or the 4 ball into the side pocket. So I think stripes is definitely the way to go.
I mean, I don't really like either of them.
But if you can see getting out of one, I think it's stripes. That 13 gives you the end to that 11. Well, that's interesting.
It's a nice little nudge if he can still... Well, he's got a shot.
Well, he's got the 15 either way. I mean,
yeah, and you like the 15 better because you can then get a good angle on the 14 to go into your problem right there. The 14 can be a break ball.
Just stop shot, I think here. Yeah.
Just like that. I think he wanted to roll. Should have rolled forward a little bit, don't you? He's now not really got a. Well, he's still looking at it, so he does think he has a break shot on the 14 right now.
Well,
I just think you needed a little bit more. Oh,
maybe draw back just a touch.
Okay, so he's not using the 14.
No, 13 ball goes.
See that 14? You could have used it and kiss if you had an angle on it and kiss straight into the 11.
Yeah, but you've got a good shot here on the 13.
Yeah, that does make more sense.
Draw back a touch and you've got the 9.
Yeah, if he's on the 13 there.
I mean, the trick here is making sure you don't get caught up in there.
Yeah, and there's 3 balls on the table after he shoots his 13 in, so he's got chances at shots.
If he spins this right, he should come right back out of there off the 11.
You're going to punch it pretty good, though, don't you? This one. You're going to whack it.
Yeah.
Force your way through the balls.
Wouldn't hit it that hard, but yeah, kind of. Hit that good. He's got the 9 just right. And it worked out for him.
It is
okay,
I think
isn't
he
it?
can roll at first glance, I thought that was an unfortunate roll, but he does have a way here, doesn't he? Because he can.
Yeah, I think
he's got a nice angle on the 9 to get on the 11.
Yeah, I agree. Yep. 8's still a little bit tough. It's blocked to 2 pockets, so you can't have either one of the upper corners. You're going down table with it, so it really is still limited to really just the bottom right corner there, I think.
So what that means is if he can, when he shoots this 9 ball, just slightly drift past the straight in shot on the 11, so that when he shoots the 11, he can just gently tap the 6.
Yeah, maybe.
It's a very
if he's got enough.
If he's got the right angle.
Too, he did.
And that's exactly what he's got. So, well, a little bit more angle than he wants, but...
I think that's perfect.
Make this ball...
stop shot. You know, it's going to slide off, but shoot it like a stop slide shot
right.
and just slide over.
The 8 and the 6 just open up nicely. You don't have to hit them hard at all.
Make the ball.
That's right.
Right? I mean,
if you were going with ball in hand, you'd get ever so slightly less angle than what he's got.
I think this is just a natural roll forward that's going to do it. He doesn't have to put anything special on
and because he's so close to the rail, you can't really go hit the lower part of the ball.
He's not jacking up, which tells me he can
he's just going to roll it in,
Dead center pocket.
That's
he's got
perfect.
a great angle here for the...
well struck, Lyle.
Yeah, and he's got a really nice angle to get over for the 8 ball now.
Yeah. And it was that shot on the 9 ball that gave him that nice angle.
And for all the naysayers, I think we're going to see Lyle get to 5. I gotta go out and take care of something. Get me out of here quick.
Well, Kendall stepped out for some crowd management. Well, that's no problem. A little bit of noise in the pool hall here just took Lyle out of his zone there, but he's back down at it, and he's got to negotiate this just nicely to get on the 8. He's played that very well. So Lyle played a really nice shot there to get on the 8. And a nice shot on the 8.
Beautiful shot.
There you go. It's comeback time.
5 games. Who'd have thought?
5-10.
Well, and now you go back to those first couple of games where Lyle kind of gave up a couple that he should have probably gotten out of.
And it'd be close to neck and neck right now.
Yeah, I think it's a great match either way. I think Lyle's playing a good match. Silly young boys and all their testosterone. We don't get much of that here. It's just weird weird to see when we do, you know.
No, it's rare, isn't it?
Yeah. But everybody handled it nicely, and actually nobody got hit, so it's always a plus. Craig Fowler, thank you for the like. Hey, Craig, I don't know if you saw this or not, but Lyle had a debate between who his 2 favorite players were, and since we're kind of waiting anyways, we're going to throw it up there and let you take a look at who Lyle said his favorite players were. Go on over. All right, if you go down the list there, the last thing on the line there, it says favorite player, and he says it's a toss-up between Craig Fowler, otherwise known as Fond du Lac Fowler. Well, now he's kind of Appleton Fowler. And Bud Snyder. So you're right up there with Bud Snyder, Craig. I just want you to know. In Lyle's book, you're all right. So we got Scott taking a couple of minutes here. We can maybe talk a little bit more about these guys and what they're about.
Okay, next question on the list. What is your practice schedule like, and what type of things do you like to work on? And Lyle says shooting drills, cue ball control drills, 8-ball and 10-ball scoring drills. Okay.
How about Scott?
Here's Lyle coming into the comedy box. Let's chit-chat with him for a minute.
What's going on, Lyle?
I tell you, that Lyle guy, he, you know what? He's a little spitfire. That guy can come back. You just never know. The crooked wrist and all. That dude just can play some ball.
Hey, can you go out there and kind of give us a demonstration of how you hold the cue? I can't quite catch it at the right angle.
Well, I'll tell you what. I can do it right now. I'm gonna. Which side of the table do I need to be on?
Right on the side here.
On that side.
Yeah,
perfect.
So face towards the door.
All right.
All right. Show them how you hold the cue here, Lyle. Here, we'll get you on the side view.
I'm going to show everybody the proper way to hold a cue.
Proper technique to be able to shoot like Lyle.
So he's not shy about it then. I wasn't sure if we should bring it up. But,
no. For crying out loud, do you know how many times he has gotten comments on the way he holds his cue? I mean, it's toughened him up, to be honest with you.
Well,
so let's see.
So here he goes.
Oh, yeah, right. Yep.
Okay. Hold the cue underneath.
Just like that, yep. That's it.
And it's like he removes a whole extra limb.
And people might think he's kidding
technique.
Right there, but he is literally not kidding. That is exactly how he does it. See, proper way, he says. Yeah.
And that is how he holds the cue all the time. He's got his hand underneath the cue. The forearm is kind of not part of the shot anymore. He's actually
Yeah, it's crazy to watch.
He's got his forearm pretty much aligned with the cue.
I tell him I can't believe he can make a ball.
Which means his upper arm is the only moving part, so maybe that makes sense. You
I've known Lyle forever, and that's been part of the conversation since the first day anybody saw him play. That's how he started playing when he was a kid, and he never changed.
Yep.
So Kyle, however, his son, did not take that on. So.
Yeah. So.
Oh, Craig says, laugh out loud, I can finally say I made it. All right, and here we go. So Lyle's going to break. We got Scott back from his player break. And
so he
chalking it up.
Holds the cue like that on his break shot.
Oh, yeah.
You would think that would limit your power, wouldn't you?
Well, let's see.
And it's a shame we don't have an angle where you can see his arm in this shot.
Chris, I appreciate everything except for you calling me old in that statement. Said he appreciates it when we go live. Younger guys like myself learn a few things watching. Much appreciated. And we appreciate you too. Make sure you're out there and liking and sharing. You guys know how important that is, so make sure you're doing that. And follow. And don't forget to hit that little notification button. That way you know every single time we do go live. And we try to bring you great matches all the time. So let's go ahead and take a look at the overhead cam here. This is one of those horrific breaks that ends up all on one side of the table.
Wow. What a mess.
Did not make a ball. Did he hit the second ball break there?
Don't know.
All right, Scott playing the... Nope, not quite getting there. Well, there's a little father-son camaraderie. He said, apparently I don't hold the cue right, according to my dad, but I can still beat him.
Sorry to interrupt you there. Here you get a good shot of him shooting holding it that way.
Yep.
And it's amazing to see how good he plays.
Even though he does it completely wrong.
Considering that. Well, there's pros and cons. It just goes to show there's more than one good way that works.
Well, I don't think he's going to be very happy about the result there. Ended up in kind of a tight spot. Take a look and see what it looks like from the overhead. Is he cutting that straight away, or is he... Oh, the 15. So it looks like he's going to try and back cut this 15 ball here. And about as far off as I've seen either one of them be on that particular shot. But I don't think it hurt him too much, though. This table is still just a mess.
Yeah, unless that 6-2-5 combination or 6-4-5 combination. Well, he's got an angle on the 3 ball here. I think he's just going to go in and tap these solids. I hope they come clear.
Yeah, I mean, Scott should be playing a little more aggressive right now, I think. You have that kind of lead. You really just don't want to see a guy creep back in on you getting a little complacent. It's easy to do.
Yeah.
Ricky Allen, thank you for the like. Appreciate it, buddy. For those of you who haven't been here, make sure anytime you're in the Appleton area, or even if you're not, it's a great place to come and stay. Stay at the Clarion Inn right next door. All of our kings get a free stay over there, along with a nice gift basket we give them for coming and playing. Some T-shirts, some really nice stuff in the room. And we're working on basically a discount king coin that's in process. It should be probably next week or the week after. We should have the prototype, so we should be able to show you guys what we're doing with that. But it's going to be sought after, these coins.
King of the Hill coin.
Yeah.
So here's a shot. I mean,
Mike Vandergeeten, thank you very much for the like. And how can't you like it with shots like that? Terrific shot.
I mean, how well did he play that? And he's not out of the woods yet. He's hit that shot. Oh, wait.
He's got the 7 here, and I'll tell you what, that...
Well, he must have called safe.
Oh, I see, he did.
Because Lyle is up at the table. Usually I don't like to, if I'm going to play safe, I don't like to move the ball.
Well, that came out really, really good for him, actually.
They sure did.
Ended up straight on behind the 8 ball.
The double kiss safety. Very clever.
Oh, he's got a hole through there.
Does he have a gap?
Yeah,
Wow.
he's got a gap just enough to hit the 5 and come back off the top rail and in. Just like that. Oh, boy, he came out of there, though.
Yeah, he was trying to sneak up behind those balls, wasn't he?
Well, I think to his benefit, that 15 will not go in the side pocket. I thought initially that it did. But if we take a look from the overhead, Lyle's going to be stuck to go into that 9 ball down table. Matthew Hedgecock, thank you very much for the like.
Yeah, he's got a shot here.
Oh, boy.
Well, the fact that it's blocking the 7
Yeah, I mean,
means
that's
it's not terrible, but you don't want to start giving your opponent too many chances.
I think blocking is probably a strong word.
Well, I think he's playing safe here. I'm going to kiss the 9 in.
Jerry Wachowski, thank you very much for the like. Good safety there. Just going to beat him up. Old man Ferguson, I guess, jumping up as part of his shot routine. Delon Drake, thank you for the like. Lyle playing back to safety, and I think we're going to see a quick safety out of Scott here again. I don't know. You think he skins the 4 and tries to come off the end rail again, or is he going to try and slide in behind the 8? Or the 6, I mean. Oh, just slid in there perfect behind that.
Yeah, unless he left that shot on the 14.
May have. Take a look overhead.
And Lyle there seeming very confident and very upbeat when he came into the commentary box there.
Yeah, hilarious.
Saying he's got definitely a chance for a comeback here.
Yep.
And he sure does. And he's going to stay.
Well, you're not going to see him get a bad attitude. I mean, Lyle stays pretty positive. I don't think I've ever seen him really get too angry. He's kind of having a little closer look. Puts that down, no problem. Combination must go, I'm assuming, by his position.
Wow. What's the overhead angle look like?
I tell you, maybe if it does go, I think it goes off the 4. Especially if you want to. He could almost play it off the 4 because then he can hit the right side of the 13.
And send the cue ball into the 15.
Cue ball into the 15.
Alternatively, you squeeze it in. You have to throw it and hit the other side of the 13. And the 13 then, well, doesn't really break the 15 out, does it? It goes that way, but...
So for some of the less experienced players out there, if those two balls are frozen tight, you would actually cut this combination opposite to get it to go the direction we're talking about. So I think this is going to run off the 4, but he threw it perfect and got nothing on that 15.
And he did manage to
send
the cue ball into the 15, didn't he?
Going to be taking a look here for a second, so let's just take a quick overhead look again.
That surprised me. He kind of threw, still made the 10, even though it looked like he was going to throw it the other way. One would say he's unlucky, really, because this is a nice bold shot on that combination, but it's ended up freezing the 15 difficultly, and he's got just a little angle on the 13 here.
You know, you almost could play two. There's 2 shots here. You can play one rail off the side rail and back over to try and nudge it.
So what's going on here?
Or you can actually play a couple rails around. We have that cribbage tournament. There's a 90-person cribbage tournament.
Yeah, I don't mean that. I mean, why is Scott at the table chatting with Lyle?
If he's going to jack up and shoot at it, he wants Lyle to get a referee.
Oh, I see. If he shoots at the 15.
Yeah, he just was kind of letting him know, hey, if you're going to do that, I'd really like you to.
I don't see what shot that would be, but...
So this shot here, as I said, you can come off that side rail, one rail, and try and kick it. Or I think you can actually get enough spin on this to play 2 rails around and come straighter at the 6.
It's weird how, when I look at the screen, it looks very straight, but when you look at the table... He's got an angle on this 13 where you can just follow to the like you said first, follow to the side rail,
Mike Kinzinger,
and right into the
the
15, right there. What a well struck shot! He deserves.
Boy, did he get an angle on that or not?
He deserves more. It looks like the 6 is still blocking him.
I can't believe that.
He hit that so well.
Yeah, couldn't hit that much better. And he really did end up in a not great spot.
He's bumped that 15-6 twice now. And somehow it still doesn't go.
I'll tell you, it's so close. You look at the overhead, and it looks a lot closer to going than it does from the angle.
Yeah, so maybe you play at absolute pocket weight, just miss the 6 ball.
No, he's not. He's looks like he's going to skin off the side here.
For what?
Trying to get him up on the 4. I don't. Oh,
he had a cut shot.
Wow! Look at that. Oh no.
He did have a shot. That deserves a replay too. Yeah, he had a pocket for that ball.
So Scott's got the 6 straight down table. He's got to get to the right side of the 4 and the 5 there. So he's going to take a look here for a second. It's just.
Yeah, this is a really nice shot that he almost makes.
Just barely missing that ball.
Yeah, so Scott's got to come up with some kind of plan here. He doesn't necessarily need that pocket that the 15's hanging in front of, but it sure is making it awkward.
That's a tough little pattern here.
Is there some way to play a combination on the 15 and hook him on the 8? With that kind of angle on the 5, not really.
No, I mean, I think you're playing the 6, exactly what he's pointing to right there. Playing the 6, going to follow up for a little bit of an angle to be able to go down and possibly run into the 15, I guess, off of the 7 ball.
And that would be nice if you do make the 15, because you're playing that shot that you just described to get on the 5.
Right, so he's kind of put a little lick on this to get it up there.
And if you're going to shoot the 4 into the same pocket as the 5, the 5 has to go first, and you still have to find a way to get on the 4. So
how do you do there? He was about exactly where he was pointing.
This is exactly what you just said, isn't it? And if he can just make the 7 and the 15, he'll be golden. If he makes the 7 and somehow doesn't make the 15, he's still got a chance, but he's got to find a way to get from the 5 to the 4 and shoot it in the same pocket.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think you're just rolling this ball. You're not trying to.
The real question is it natural just to roll into the 15?
It's close. And I would say the answer is yes. And he hit that just about as good as he could.
Yeah, absolutely. Didn't hit it hard enough that he could scratch, almost.
List himself a nice little angle here to give himself an angle to the 4 to bounce back out for the 8 in the side.
He's got a nice open pocket for the 4 ball now.
Should see 2 rails struck here. Oh, he only went 1. Would have thought he would have stroked that forward a little bit more. End up perfect, so obviously not criticizing. So nice shot, good out. Going to bring him to 11 games. 6-game lead. Got the cribbage players back there getting rowdy.
Yeah, so that's you answered the question, which I didn't ask, but now that you brought it up, yeah, we moved 3 tables out of the back room, and we shoved the 9-foot over to make way for the cribbage tournament this weekend, which has already started.
Yeah, like 90-some players tonight.
Big cribbage tournament at the Mad Apple this weekend.
Jeremy, thank you so much for that. We appreciate that. He said, how's it going tonight, guy? You guys always do a great job on commentary. Well, thank you.
And I've got a nice leather wrap that I need to put on. That reminds me.
What the heck are you talking about? Oh, for Jeremy?
Yeah.
Oh. All right, Scott with that second ball break again. Again, we're paying attention to Scott's speed because he's had it down just about perfect. And that rack has stayed spread open. That one was a lot harder than he typically was hitting. Still not a horrible rack, but I would say let's take a look at the Clarion cam here. Craig Fowler, thank you for the share. Well, that cue ball is not in a great starting position, is it?
We should have a Mad Apple Pro Shop logo to throw up on the table every now and again, shouldn't we?
Mad Apple Pro, what is that?
Well, I don't know, next week.
No, I said, what is that?
What is it? The Pro Shop?
We're going to have to turn your headset up. The deafer you get.
No, I heard what you said. I was just
I
trying to answer it different. But, and we've mentioned it several times today already, so I think you know what the Mad Apple Game Room Store and Pro Shop is.
That's true. They might not, though.
No, right. That's where we do stuff. If you want to buy a pool table, or have your pool table recovered, or fix your pool cue.
Or a shuffleboard.
Or shuffleboard.
What do you have against shuffleboards?
Nothing. Poker.
Poker.
Air hockey. You name it, we got it. But the bread and butter is pool.
All right, starting off with a combination to get a hold of stripes. And he's kind of shaking his head at that. I don't think he's very happy about it, but I don't know exactly why. I think he's got a nice angle here on the 14. Well, maybe he could have been a little further forward, maybe. Kind of throwing him back by the 4, so he's got to avoid that. She did nicely.
And thanks, Jerry. Says been there at the Mad Apple a few times last year. Great venue, good food, and thanks, MH, for the service in the Pro Shop. Well, thank you, Jerry.
Look at that position there. Got over perfect on that 9 ball.
Wow.
Really did a nice job to get slid in back behind there.
Yeah, that shot opened this rack up.
Took care of the only trouble ball he really had for the rest of the rack. Taking his time to make sure that he doesn't get himself into a position here. I mean, does it look like that 15 goes past the 1 to you?
No.
Oh, no, I guess it doesn't.
He doesn't need to.
And he didn't get the 11, so...
It goes in the other pocket.
He's got to roll up here. 15 in the side pocket's going to be the next ball coming, I think.
Yeah, you could say he kind of misplayed that. He got on that 9 ball perfectly and then didn't use it to get on the 11.
Doesn't have a great angle here either, to be honest with you.
So this requires some fixing. What's the shot here? I guess the 11 goes all the way down, so he just has to roll for it. It's not such a big deal, is it? That nudge on the 1 has put him in between 2 shots. It's not really on in the corner. He may have a thin snick in the side pocket. He may have a thin snick in the corner. But
yeah,
I don't like either of them.
Side pocket.
And both of them look a bit scratchy.
Yeah, that side pocket's a good shot. I think you just hit that with straight bottom. You come short, you'll come off that end rail back out past between the 5 and the 7. It's not an easy shot, but I mean it's pretty routine for
easy to get out of the line,
a player
isn't it?
like Scotty.
It's easy to miss this shot and hit this too thick. And you hit it thin enough, you're going really close to the scratch. But look, he can show you the tangent line right there. Tangent line goes into the sort of the point of the corner pocket.
Yeah, so just a little bit low here to kind of drag it out, draw it away.
Yeah, when you hit the ball this thin, draw doesn't do much.
Well, but it does when you
forward.
hit that rail, you're spinning. Oh, wow. Just tells you the difference when you're at the table and not. Johnny Rodriguez, good to see you, man, and thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. All right,
half a pocket.
Pass the 1 ball.
Half a pocket. Grazed the 1 and still went in.
Perfect. Just barely caught it, so good enough for the win. Going to get him to 12 games. 3 games away from retaining his kinghood. Keeps the crown, plays on.
And comes back next week. All the way from Illinois.
Illinois, what?
Illinois. I read it somewhere.
What other interesting little tidbits we got over there?
Well, we kind of referred to it earlier for Lyle. Do you compete at anything else? If so, what? Golf, dart ball. Someone's going to have to explain to me what dart.
Oh, I can tell you what dart ball is, but let's go on. Theater.
And singing.
Nice. So, yeah, we answered that kind of before.
What's dart ball?
Dart ball is like this game that they play with these giant darts with steel tips, usually in the basement of a church. And it's boards that have all different kind of patterns on them. So, oh, there's John Kramer himself, as a matter of fact, sponsor of our Hall of Fame cam, the overhead cam when that comes up.
What's the ball in dart ball?
I don't know. It's kind of like a big bulbous thing with real feathers.
Oh, like a shuttlecock with a point.
Yeah, kind of, except for it looks like a giant dart. Like when you see the pictures of, here, let's get the overhead going here. And, well, since John chimed in, we'll put John up there for the Wisconsin Billiard Hall of Fame cam. John and the crew does a great job preserving our, I guess, heritage, right, in our sport. And we look forward to the banquet every year. Not as much as we do in 2023 because it's going to be back here at the Mad Apple.
Excellent.
All right, comes out to the middle, gets a little bit of a push off that 4 ball, which I don't think really hurt him much. But either which way, I think he's going to be playing a combination here. Combination into the 10, into the side. Wants to make sure that that 15 ball actually gets up past that 3, so he's going to hit
I
this.
don't think he needs to play a combination here.
What are you looking at?
Okay, I take that back.
All right, so he did push the 15 up past the 3, almost too far, but he's got a nice angle here, just a little bit of draw, push it up the rail.
Yep. And the problem is the 8 ball. So he's going to shoot this 15 and see what kind of angle he likes on the 13. Is he going to bump the 8 ball out when he shoots the 13?
What's your take on Darren Appleton bogus disciplinary action? I won't have to ask you what your take is. Really upset on how he was treated. I completely agree. I think
it's
that,
a shame.
I think that, unfortunately, I think there are favorites in our sport, and I think that him being disciplined when he was right now definitely hurts his chances to make the Moscone Cup.
Right.
And I think that it was probably pretty unfair, considering he wasn't even in the realm of the arena.
Right.
What he did, it wasn't.
And
wasn't done.
It's not
in
like
public.
he failed his drug test. It was just annoying that he had to take him. But
it's not that. It was the throwing of the bottle, wasn't it?
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That's according to, well, of course, Darren explained on his little video thing, if you've seen it. Meanwhile, Scott has, of course, got himself into a bit of bother here. He's going to have to come up with a nice thin cut shot on the 13 ball.
How'd he hit it?
Oh, that's just perfect. Yeah, another great recovery there.
Terrific shot there for sure. Still got a little work. He ended up down tight on the rail, so he's got to make sure he stays focused here to try and get this ball in.
Yeah, this is a pressure shot. It's frozen on the rail almost. Got to hit it nice.
All right, there's a baseball diamond. See, I never knew the rules. Dart ball. That's where the ball comes from. Corner pocket. And he puts it down. Nice shot there. We'll go back and take another.
Right. So there's no actual ball, but it's because it's based on baseball.
Yeah, correct. Yep. So let's take another look at that beautiful cut that set Scott up for this 13th win that he got.
Yeah, there's 2 good shots in a row.
Really nice cut. I made one like this again at some earlier, so I probably inspired that for him.
Uh-huh.
But really was a beautiful shot there.
Yeah, and follows up with a really nice shot on the 8 ball, too.
Not so shabby. All right, 13 games to 5. I still give credit to Lyle because he's gotten 5 games compared to the 4 that everybody was predicting he'd have.
And now Old Man Ferguson is asking what happened to Darren Appleton.
He was disciplined, and he's what was it, 10 weeks or something like
that, and a large amount of money too.
Yeah, like $1,500. Yeah, he said it was a quarter of his prize money, which was $6,000 for that particular tournament. I mean, that's a big deal in a pool player's life. It's tough enough to make a living for those guys, much less to punish somebody. And I've seen, I'm not saying what is done in the past makes it okay to do it in the future, because I understand we're trying to change the perception of our game. But I think Darren's the wrong guy to use as an example, to be honest.
And of course, that is how he got his nickname, Dynamite Darren, not because of how he played, but because he had an explosive personality. Let's say, when in his younger days, he describes himself as that.
As long as you're not aggressive or abusive to your opponent, I think there's nothing wrong with being passionate about the game and being upset with yourself when something we got to change the perception of the game, but you can't take the passion out of it,
Yeah.
Guys are going to get upset when they don't. We're perfectionists at heart, all of us. We want to do it perfect, so sometimes when you don't.
So he hit the head ball there, it looked like.
Yeah, that was a great break. Did he go head ball?
Well, I think he is. That one looked more solid on the head. Oh, okay, replay on the break.
Let's just take a look real quick.
He's coming right from the side of the table. That's too quick. I didn't see it. I blinked.
You blinked, yeah.
And if you blink, he's going to run out before we get back to it.
So started with the 5 ball there.
Finds himself with what they call a road map.
Yeah, pretty much. As long as
It's
he
never
doesn't
really
get
quite
a
that simple.
bad roll
Well, there
there.
you go, yeah. It's never quite that simple, is it, in 8-ball?
He's going to be okay here. I think he's playing the 6 here next. I think he's just going to naturally come over.
He's got himself a different map.
6 in the exact same pocket as the 2. Wow, he played that really hard.
One thinks he might have been assuming he was going to contact one of those balls,
I
but
don't
maybe
think so.
not, because he is
Good
perfect.
angle. It's perfect, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, 13 going to get himself to the hill here if he can complete these last 3 balls.
Follow 2 rails and get nice and straight on the 1 ball in the side. Yeah, that's what John Crane was saying. Well, when they find a player, where does the money go? Who gets that?
Yeah, right. Well, I just think they used the wrong player to make an example of, because I think Darren does so many positive things for the youth players. And I know even just in Mason's experience, Mason has gained a lot of knowledge and a lot of camaraderie with Darren.
Darren has been really friendly ever since we got to know him when he was here.
And to all the young players, not just to Mason because he was here visiting, but to all the young players that are in there. He's just a good guy and doesn't deserve the persecution he's gotten right now, I think. So nice little run there to get Scott to the hill. And let's just take another look at that break, because he really does have his break working well.
Is he hitting the head ball or the second ball?
We're going to take a look. Let's focus this time, shall we? Kind of both. He kind of caught the edge.
Yeah, head ball first. And I actually have felt in a lot of his breaks he's doing that. And usually you think if you just clip that head ball when you're trying to hit the second ball, it all kind of goes wrong and you scratch a lot. But obviously not in this case. And the cue ball whips around 2 rails and back into the rack again. Let's see what he does this time. Because I feel that that's deliberate. So what is he doing? He's just catching like a quarter of the 1 ball here. I think that's what he did. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know the exact details, but I do know Patrick just said worst part is they approached right after the 8 type match with Filler on the hill, and Filler ended up running 4 racks. I mean, I think the timing of it was bad. I just don't think it was handled very well. And I mean, I have nothing but respect for Matchroom and what they're doing for pool right now, because I think it's important. But I think also, you know, they got to understand that people are looking to them right now, and they have to make good decisions on who they're going to promote in our sport. Broke it out, and safety, maybe.
No, I'd be cutting this 2 ball in and going into those balls and bumping them.
If you're shooting solids, you're right.
Oh, he's playing stripes.
Might have, I don't know what he's got here. I don't know that he has much of anything here, honestly. Maybe the 11 past the 5 on the side. One heck of a shot if he does.
That was one heck of a shot.
Wow.
Give himself a fighting chance here.
Well, when you got nothing to lose, sometimes it's amazing what you can pull out of your hat, you know.
And there's not much good in the way of safety options, really, is there? That I see, anyway, and that doesn't mean that they don't exist, but if he's got a cut in the side pocket here and let the cue ball fly and bash these open, that's kind of how I'd be playing it, but another good shot. Could have got a little luckier.
Yeah, he definitely didn't quite get it out for the side pocket, which would have been nice.
He's going at the 15. What's the shot here?
Looks like he's going to roll forward and then play for the side pocket. Oh, look at that. I might have that down in that other corner. Looks like he may be able to shoot that past the 12 into the right side corner there.
Yeah. He pointed wistfully at that corner pocket.
This is nice, too, because it pushes the 8 up a little bit. Maybe a little too far.
That's a great shot. If you keep on making them like the Energizer Bunny, just keep on going.
Yeah, this is, I tell you,
every single shot so far.
Keeps getting tougher.
Every single shot so far has been a real tough one. See what you get.
Well, and the problem here is there is no pocket for the 8-ball right now. I don't even see a bank pocket for the 8-ball right now. If you take a look at where that 8's sitting, he's got to get into him.
Well, he can go into him, yeah.
Which means he's got to play, the cut to that same corner he just went. Well, he's going the other way. Coming around 3 rails, going to try and back cut this ball. Coming behind and knock it out of there.
I still haven't figured out what he's looking at when he does that with his cue across the middle of the table like that. He could cut this ball into either pocket, and I think that if it goes into the other, he's cutting it past the 7 here, but if he went the other way, he can get into these balls. And that is one more good shot.
You never know.
Not one of these shots has ended up with giving him a good position, but he keeps on making them.
Well, he's calling the side pocket
to be shot of the match.
Definitely.
This run, if this goes in, will be better than that Chris Melling run. Every shot was tough, including this very difficult snick that has to be just rolled dead weight to the lip of the side pocket.
Oh,
just
pushed it into the rail, too. Well,
all those wonderful shots were for nothing.
Yeah, well, I tell you, he left him stretching out over the top of the table, over the 7-ball on this shot. So, but even if he happened to miss this ball,
he can play safe if he wants.
Yeah, I mean it's almost a net. It's almost a safety, unless it would happen to cut between the 6 and the 4, which I find very hard to believe.
Yeah, but there's no point not going for the 7. So,
gotta hit it.
Not a lot of pressure on this shot, so you just roll it in, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, but he won't really have much if he just rolls it in.
3-ball, and the 2-ball.
Yeah, I suppose.
No point playing safe when you've got an out.
So I'm going to, if this would happen to be the last game, I plan to play Scott a match in 9-ball coming up.
So if you are out there and you're wondering what really happened with Darren Appleton, Darren Appleton came out on YouTube and gave his own description of what happened, and that's really how I know anything about it. That's all I know is what he said. So go to YouTube and search Darren Appleton. What's the word? Band on the title. Yeah, Darren Appleton Band, and
playing for the safety behind the 7.
He did play safety, and he played an amazing safety. It would have been so much easier just to sort of come off the edge of the 7 and end up behind the 1 when not, in line with the 1.
Yeah, that was just brilliant.
Because that shot right there required such great touch, and because he had it and hit it perfect, no one can say there was anything wrong with that. But
let's take a quick look at that again.
I mean, he had the 2-ball blocking the 8,
well
so
hit.
even if he misses this, but it just goes to show how happy he is at putting the cue ball in an exact spot. I mean, it's a really finesse touch shot there.
Yeah, I couldn't hit it better.
It wasn't sell the farm if he hadn't got behind the 7, because the 2-ball blocks the pocket for the 8. But you still don't really want him to be banking or kicking at the 8-ball. Well, kicking right now, but. So Kyle has called the corner pocket.
Who's this again?
Sorry, Lyle. I'm going to try not to do that again.
Well, you gave it a run.
Wow, and you can see that if that 6-ball hadn't been there, the 8-ball would have been really close. And unfortunately, he scratched 2.
Yeah, I think Scott is going to make pretty short work of this rack, so let's see what happens. Well, this could be it. King of the Hill Series, Friday the 13th. About to have our reigning king, Scott. Oh.
Lyle has conceded. He's got 2 balls left. And
does he not know that's illegal here at the Mad Apple Xstream?
What are you going to do about it? He immediately loses the match as punishment for conceding.
I do want to make sure that we thank all you guys for joining us. We really appreciate it. Everything ran smooth tonight, so we're really happy to hear that we got all of our technical difficulties fixed. I hope you guys enjoyed everything tonight. As I said, I'm going to go down and give a challenge here, so we're going to have a little more pool going on.
And I think we should shout out to Lyle there for a valiant
Absolutely.
effort. He played some good shots and some good runs, and he showed good heart. But yet another dominating performance from Scott Cohen, who says there's no doubt he's still the king.
Yeah.
So we're looking for some good players to come in and challenge. And who do we know who's on the schedule next week, Kendall?
We don't have it up yet. So
Okay.
I know that there's a couple people in line, but like I said, not everybody can always make it every week, so we got to check it out and make sure. But I want to thank everybody again for joining us here at Mad Apple Xstream. We really appreciate it. This is definitely a lot of fun for us, and we enjoy doing what we do, and we enjoy that you guys enjoy what we do. So make sure you join us here every Friday. We got our King's Court matches coming up Sunday, starting at 11 a.m. We got our Queen's match, 1 p.m. We have our Jesters match, and then obviously our Knights match at 4 p.m. So
the Knights match at night.
It's
not really.
It's kind of the afternoon. But anyway, so we really appreciate everybody. We probably are going to shut her down here, and then we'll bring it back up live for Scott and I playing a little bit of 9-ball. So we'll have it up there.
Good luck with that.
$200 probably in the middle. We'll have a entry fee and a little bit of a race at some 9-ball. So, all right. Well, I appreciate it, guys. We'll see you shortly if you hang out.
Yep. Thanks for having me. That was a good one. We'll see you folks back. Same bat time, same bat channel.
All right.